it's me, Chris Pratt. Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 12 of Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Over here in the GM Workshop, we're going to round the table, get started. I know we're on pins and needles and needles and pins. Why is it pins and needles and not the other way around? I don't know.
Sounds better. It does sound better. I'm sorry.
I think that's out of habit. If we had started with needles and pins, you'd be like, pins and needles sounds weird. So I question it. Question all things. Very important. Let's just start with a bang. Let's go around the table and say hello to everyone who's here. And today we're gonna start with across the pond and across the screen, all the way over yonder, as they would say in the south of the United States, Dread.
Hi, I'm Dread, Dreaded GM. I run a channel known as Dreaded GM. If you want to see what I do, you can look for me on the internet by typing in Dreaded GM, and you'll find me, the Dreaded GM. Right now, what have I got going on? We just started our brand new Horror on the Orient Express campaign.
Ooh.
So if you're looking for somewhere to find your spooks, you can come over to our channel, and we will try our best to scare you. We got an all-new cast. It's very, very exciting. We all dress up. It's like really cute. I'm playing Ollie today, Oleander. Oleander is the youngest of the family and doesn't want to get in trouble, but doing their best.
You have to do the whole session like that now, just so you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's the accent I'm going to be using for the rest of the game.
An little baby.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Instantly,
Be honest, like Oleander did pretty gosh
FYI.
darn.
Sorry,
yeah.
I was going to say, everyone needs to check out the Auntie Donna Silly Boy sketch, because Mark constantly speaks like this,
Yeah.
and it's hilarious.
Oh
and
my
unsettling.
god.
So all the Draconians are going to target Ollie.
Animals, owlbears. Yeah, so Oleander did pretty good last session, not the dreams, the memory one, but the one before, pulling the twins out of a hairy situation. But more on that as you watch the game.
Yes, they did. And, you know, people complain that D&D 5e doesn't have the taunt ability, but I guarantee you if you're at the table and you start ooh speak, the DM will 100% make sure that your character dies. Let's go directly above Dread is Lyndon, a.k.a. Bobbert the Fart. Robert Hartley, GM.
Rude.
Indeed.
Hi everybody. All right. I think Rackham underestimated how small my torso was.
Just move your
I moved it. I got you. You were there. Boom.
Thank
Fixed.
I am Robert Hartley, GM. I am a full-time professional Dungeon Master nerd online. You can find me everywhere at Robert Hartley, GM. I stream on Twitch and I make YouTube videos and other things too. I'm also known for being the DM for a comedy group called Vic for the Dirt League on YouTube as well.
I've been told that you're coming in very low by...
very low.
Ah.
I could project a little more. Or I could
There.
move closer to the microphone.
Already got low.
Then I have less room to act.
No, just
And
move
perfect.
careful.
We just need your eyes and nothing else. Be expressive. Speak with your eyes. Nice.
Better? Should I speak like this?
Yes.
I'm playing the giant head. Do not look behind the curtain.
Good. Perfect. Do that all stream. We've got Uwe speak. We've got Lyndon up front today.
Weird vibes today, guys.
I know. Directly. I think it's
weird energy. I'm playing Lyndon. Lyndon is one of the two wizard twins. This one is the other one actually on camera.
and now you are coming in really low
And now I'm coming in really low.
because you moved too far away, I think. But that's okay. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it
He
sorted.
moved closer.
I moved closer than I was when I started my introduction.
Did you really?
And I'm projecting more.
Okay, I turned you up. I think
But
it'll be
who knows
fine.
how sound works? It's a
Who
mystery.
It's-
Scientists are out on talking about how sound
Just like
works.
math.
Nobody
What
knows.
does math say about
Nobody
sound,
knows.
bro?
No, scientists are out. Hot girls are in.
I will.
Hot girl
I'll
scientists
just be
are on
louder.
thin ice.
It's fine. I will be louder.
No, I think he turned your mic, our mic. What am I saying?
Yes.
Continue.
Yeah.
I'm playing Lyndon. I'm a wizard. I'm a transmutation wizard, and I was very close to dying last episode. Well, last canon story episode.
Perfect. I
Goodbye.
look forward to see how that develops. Directly above you is Corey. Hello, Corey. Hi, AJ.
Hello. Hi, I'm AJ Winters. I am a world builder and dungeon master from Winter's Tales. We're currently in my studio in Western Australia. First Dungeons and Dragons studio in Australia, which is pretty freaking cool. And I play Corey, who is not Corey, but Corey. Just for all the people that are confused, that watch this show. And it's because it's a nickname from Corylus, which is Corey, not Corey. It doesn't matter. She's a wizard.
Sounds like it matters.
Sounds like it kind of matters.
It sounds like it matters a little bit, at least.
Minute explaining the difference.
Look, it took me 12 episodes to actually say something, so I don't think it's that much of a big deal.
Not Corey.
I'm wondering if
Right?
any of the
Have I been
siblings have
saying
gotten
it wrong?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
I've been
wondered,
definitely-
man.
Is it?
Corey.
Is it the accent?
Corey.
Corey.
Co-
Corey.
Corey.
Short.
Yeah.
Co.
Most of you have got it right. The people that don't have an Australian accent, i.e. Rob and Rackham, seem to say Corey. And
Because
I
it's
think
the
it's a
same.
pronunciation thing.
Pronunciation.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure to say Curry, Steph Curry.
Curry.
Nailed
Nice.
it.
Curry.
3 points, nailed it.
Got it.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, exactly. Nice.
Not
Well,
a
look,
problem. I'm a wizard and a twin. That's all you need to know.
awesome. Thank you.
You guys
Uh,
twin cast, don't you?
Jumping across the way, we've got the fantastic, just right below my little doodad, Ellen.
Hey, what's up? I'm Ellen. You can follow me on Twitter at EllenKGraham1 to see all of the different streams I'm in. You can find me on Sirenscape every Friday for Cyberpunk Red. If you're into theatre, my award-winning children's play, Claire Della and the Moon, will be heading to the Dream Big Festival in South Australia very, very shortly at the end of May. I believe most of the days are sold out for school performances, but there are still time slots available. Very, very excited about that. Unlikely, but if anyone is in Adelaide, I will be doing a drag show this Saturday.
Woo!
And I would also be doing a show called, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget the name of the show. Know Your Meme, which is going to be run by a group of very, very funny queer artists here in Adelaide at the local queer bar, My Lover Cindy's. And mainly what I do is at Roll to Cast for more TTRPG stuff. It's great. It's an awesome podcast. You should listen to it. We recently got number 1 in the top 10 list in Malaysia. So
Nice.
it's like Roll to Cast and then it's Critical Role. It's just like,
We're huge in
That
Malaysia. You
never
should go to
happens.
Malaysia. People will recognize you in the streets and shower you with like.
yeah, they'll recognize
Presence.
me from my audio podcast.
Yeah, they'll be like, that voice, I know it. I listen to it all the time.
Yeah, so subscribe to Roll to Cast if you like TTRPG content. Each season is a different game system. So yeah, go follow us there. And I am playing Juniper, who is sad. She's sad.
Sad bean.
She is, got sad girl Mitski vibes,
Aw.
if that means anything to you.
It totally doesn't, but you know what? It's okay. It doesn't have to.
Then you need to listen to
Urban
Mitski.
Dictionary.
And Urban Dictionary. Let me Urban Dictionary this really quick. And just below, last but not least, is Zach. What's going on with you, and who are you playing today?
You could say last and least. I wouldn't be offended.
No, because
I
I'm
am
after you.
Zach.
So
Zach Speaks Giant on all the things. I have a YouTube channel. I have a TikTok. I have a Twitch. You can find my campaign. I do long-running campaigns. I do short, silly videos, etc. All Dungeons and Dragons based. I am playing Goose, who is, among many things, a fool and just very fun to play. A lot of people picked very sad characters to play. I went in a different direction, more stupid direction, for sure.
You
but
think
that's-
Mine was
being
never
sad
meant to
isn't
be a
fun?
sad character. Mine was never meant to be a sad character, and then a lot of things happened to me.
He's the second eldest and
The tallest.
a wild goose and a loose cannon on the edge
Cool.
who plays by no rules but his own on the mean streets of LA.
keep going.
Goose, goose.
Keep going.
Goose.
What else has he got?
I'm gonna give over my gun and my badge.
It was your last day.
Renegade. Oh, damn it.
He's also,
We
he's
went
also
at the same
definitely
time.
the tallest of the family, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No,
5'6".
he's not.
And
Just like I am.
And that's just like you are. I'm Rackham. This is the GM Workshop. Things that are going on. So briefly, We just we're starting evening streams here and there. So Monday night right now is kind of happening. It was fun. We had a guest this week, and she did great. First time D&D player, and she kind of killed it. So that was a lot of fun. I'm probably going to Gen Con, so I'm trying to keep your eyes on, if you care at all, on the socials. But I'm planning on going. I think I just need to find a decently priced plane ticket. Doesn't gonna ruin me. But the plan is to get out there. So two things that are, and then after that, nothing else is fine. Two things. One, we are at $200 for doing a prequel. Somebody made a donation over the last few days because they felt bad for Pipkin dying, and they said, "Can I want to donate to like doing the prequel?" So they made a wonderful donation. We're at $150 of $200. So if we can get the last $50, then we'll be doing a prequel. And I think we all have an idea of what we want to do, but TBD. And secondly, though this is not directly related, I know she's friends with literally everyone on this stream. Luna is doing a fundraiser tomorrow, Lou Boffin, for it's for mental health. I'm gonna post the link in the YouTube video. She's trying to raise, I think, $1,000. I'll put the link in Twitch chat here in a minute. But if you want to take a look and help support her efforts, that would be amazing as well. Okay. I think that's it. We're going to jump into the intro, and then we're going to watch a recap that I didn't post for reasons. It's very short and sweet, and then we're going to jump right back into the game. So, hold on to your butts, and here... or not. Like, you just do whatever you want, after all.
Both hands... both or just one?
Just the one cheek. Just the one cheek.
Just the one? Okay.
Just the one cheek.
I feel like my booty, both hands, is not enough.
We'll be right back.
It has been 300 years since the gods punished the world of Kryn. They shifted continents, sundered nations, consumed empires. 300 years since the gods departed, ushering in the time of darkness. Yet nothing is eternal. The world begins to heal. Fragile nations rebuild, tentative alliances reforge. But in the shadows to the east, the drums of war sound. Will darkness consume the land, or will heroes stand in its way? Welcome to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
Well, when I said the recap, I think I was joking because
reply to work messages at 12:44.
Oh, we're live.
We're back. We're back. It's good. We're back, you guys.
We were just roasting each other, guys.
You're fine.
We were just,
It seems that
family does.
We're not performing for the audience. We are just laying into each other.
They love each other. The
all
video.
This is an act.
All
they
this
fucking
is
hate each other.
They hate each other. The recap video is not being picked up by OBS. But I'll tell instead. I will in my. You can hear it, but the recap for this last episode, the last canon episode, was from Cassandra's point of view. And
I forgot about that.
And I don't know why it's not being picked up. Do we want to just listen?
Drop it.
Let's
Let's just listen to it. Let's all mute ourselves just in case.
Okay.
And here we go. Let's take a listen.
Rackham can act it out to the voice, lip sync styles. Let's go.
No.
You do it.
No.
Yeah.
Animate, map. This is what it's going to look like. Here, let's take a listen as to what Cassandra did.
Right.
Wizards, mages, counselors, guild leaders, all the same, like my father. Cursed may he be. They want steel and wealth. Let them gorge on it, choke on it and rot. Hidakul has promised me glory. I will never be second best again. I told the council what they wanted to hear. I admitted to killing my father. That I did it out of duty. That I did it to save Kalaman. They believed it. I will bend this city to my will, and I will make a name for myself. These elvish bastard-borns will suffice. Good thing they tipped their hand. It seems I did learn a thing or two from you after all, Father.
She's an interesting fellow. With this, last time we played, the twins and Erethia, and not any other name, and Ollie all headed off into the direction of the library here in Kalaman. They met with a black-robed mage, and things might have turned a little bit sour. But at the 11th hour, through clever play and through supporting each other, they managed, with Ollie pulling them out of a disaster situation, to escape back to Sabian's old house, their old teacher here in Calaman. Meanwhile, Juniper Rose and Goose had made their way to the castle, where they had been summoned by one Cassandra to the council. And there were, after being plied or supplying information about the threats that exist within and without the city, they had been pressed into the service of Cassandra, being given chits to act and to have as an emblem to know the rank amongst the city. They had been offered pay as well, and upon agreeing on serving the city, the refugees that had fled Vogler had been given a place to stay within the confines of the city walls of Calaman. And as we pick up today, after a vivid fever dream that I'm going to kill that, I'm sorry, that Corliss had, we find the twins, we find Ollie, and we find Erethia all recovering within Sabian's old house.
Is this leading on directly from the last one? We've not had a rest yet?
We just woke up and you gave me a tooth.
Correct.
Tooth?
Yeah, I'll give you one.
I'm wearing a tooth around my neck and on a choker.
I'm going to. Are you okay? I'm going to start alarming the place.
Yes, go for it.
I am going to start wandering around, just like trying to make sure that the place isn't booby trapped. That we're going to set off any alarms that will screw us up, and then also setting my own alarms if possible.
Okay.
So that's what I'll spend a bit of time doing.
Perfect. The house is not big. It's got it's attached to another sort of place. It has a courtyard, but by and large, it's a low-lying building. It's very forgettable, and it doesn't take much time for you to alarm it. Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
Is Ollie still in wolf form?
Yes. Last we left, they were still in wolf form.
I think in Corey's kind of delirious, pain-filled state, she just kind of reaches up for a cuddle with the wolf. You're muted.
Oh no!
Yeah, Ollie takes it in. There's a sigh, you know how dogs or canines sigh sometimes out of relief.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that. Yeah. You again hear in your mind from Molly, you okay?
Yes, I think so. It was unexpected, and every time I fail at being able to use my magic, I think of Mother.
Why?
She was so good. Or that's what Junie would say all the time. It was just natural to her, like it is with you. Yes, I'm smart and I can learn, but it's not the same. You saved us, Ollie. Thank you.
You do the same. You're more than welcome.
Did you revert out of wolf form to talk to her, or are you doing telepathically?
Telepathically.
Okay.
So, yeah, Lyndon wouldn't have heard that, except for the words coming.
No,
from
Lyndon was setting alarms. I just discovered I don't have the spell alarm yet, but I do have thieves' tools, so I was just using thieves' tools to try and set up things Home Alone style. And I rolled for it and got a nat 1, so he's not doing a good job of it.
Great.
I think he's literally just put some pots and pans behind a door, and that's about it.
Nice.
Ollie's going to say to Corey, whenever I fail, I just think of Goose, who doesn't seem bothered by failure in the slightest. And as I think of Goose and how he goes whole ass on On everything, failure be damned. I get courage. But when I need to be smart and think about things, I think of you and Lyndon. When I need to be compassionate, I think of Junie.
Failure.
And failure is Goose's domain. Cool.
Such a burn. Such a burn on you.
It's such an honest burn too. Like it comes from a good
And
place.
truly, means
no, it's-
nothing but good.
I think that's Ollie's way of saying that it's Goose's confidence. He thinks of like it's not you don't
Yeah. That's
Goose
digging
doesn't
up.
worry about failure.
Corey,
But yes, it was
Corey
a
will
slight
like.
cheeky butt.
Corey will be. Will send back telepathy wise like an amused chuckle. Yes, I think that's accurate.
Did we just on that note? Did we settle with Rackham on telepathy being a two-way thing?
Oh yes, I did raise that. I wasn't sure how we wanted to land on that. I did do the rules check on that. and found that.
Totally fine.
I've been speaking out loud.
Yeah, the
then.
feat.
but
the
No,
feat
that's okay.
ridiculously only allows one-way telepathy, which
I
is
think it.
pointless.
I think it should go both ways.
yeah, I agree. Like
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
you
Yeah,
can.
well, I
Yeah,
would-
I've never had an issue with it.
Now,
Like,
game
if
rules
you-
lawyers, get out of
If
here.
you're magically setting up a cerebral link to
Yeah,
another
you're the-
brain,
Should
it
go
should
both
go
ways.
do it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a link.
Yeah, it's Professor X. It's fine. You're good.
Yeah, hell's yeah. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as we cut to Goose, failure.com and and Juniper, who are currently in the process of leaving the castle grounds. You guys can see the city, sort of the castle sits above and looks down. It's a fortress, really. It looks down to the walled city of Calaman. You can see that there's activity, and in the distance, news seems to travel fast because you can already see this population, the refugees of Vogler, begin to trail into the town. They're pushing their belongings, the food that they've already caught. They're portaging some of the smaller ships that bring with them because they're not sure. And they're being led by a number of guards from the city towards a small area. You can hear the little bit of commotion, the outsiders looking at them, but nobody seems to be... It's not like ill intent. There's no ill intent. People are welcoming them, or they're sort of ushering them into different sections of different homes that have been abandoned or left behind. It's not the greatest looking, neighborhood of Calaman, but it's still a place for them to stay. And in given time, I'm sure this will become Little Vogler. In the meantime, Juniper and Goose, what would you guys like to do? You have your chits. You've been given each 5 steel for you and for your siblings. So if you want to add that to your inventory, whoever's keeping track of the money that you got paid ahead of time.
Juniper.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the time being, Cassandra has told you until she needs you, go on and go forth and be yourselves, and she'll be sending for you whenever the first job comes up. So in the meantime, what is it that you two would like to do?
Well, first of all, I will just say to Goose, I need you to help me with this. I need you to promise me something. Don't tell them what I did. Don't tell them what I agreed to.
Hey, come on. They have to know.
No. No, because Cassandra is betting on the fact that I am powerless and stupid. And while that might be true, you
It's not true.
and the twins and Ollie are not. And you can get out of her sight and make sure that no matter what happens, she can't touch any of you. And I can distract her by being her little thrall and doing what she asks. But you have to work together and make sure that... I don't know what lie I can tell the rest of the family. You've always been better at that. But they can't
Alright,
know the
I'll-
truth.
Juniper, this is a short-term thing, all right, between you and Cassandra. It's gonna end. last time when we were talking earlier, made the kind of unhinged threat that I was gonna shit in her pants, but you know what? I'm doubling down. I'm gonna shit in her pants. All right, that's gonna happen. Metaphorically, probably not literally, but it's happening.
Look, vengeance will only get you so far. I just want you and the rest to be safe. And you have to promise me that. Otherwise, what I did in there is for nothing.
I mean, they'll be as safe as they have been.
Which is not. Shall we find your friend? God knows what
Yeah.
trouble she's gotten into.
She's an important part of the plan, actually, so I gotta find her.
I make a disgruntled moan as we go off to Five Finch.
It doesn't take much time as you see that there's a bit of commotion in town. There's smoke coming from one of the central buildings somewhere down closer to the harbor. And you can see that
That'll be her.
there's a collection of guards that have sort of like made their way there. You can see that there's a small group of well-dressed individuals that are deep in conversation with the City Watch. And presumably you're heading in that direction.
Yeah.
You can see on the outskirts, you can see these are, one of them is dressed in all blacks. She looks like she's bruised a little bit, a severe sort of bun, severe eyes, probably mid to late 40s. And the robes tell you everything you need to know. This is a wizard or a witch or a warlock or some kind of servant to the arcane from the Towers of High Sorcery, and a black robed mage at that. But while she's deep in conversation, nursing her arm, you can see in the crowd that is formed and is watching, but somehow melding in, you can tell the color, the hair, the posture more than anything of Finch, who's kind of staring, and she catches your eye and sort of motions with her head to you.
I walk over to her. I'm like, do you still have it?
What?
The thing I gave you. The thing that I gave you. The thing.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Do you want-
What's going on here?
Somebody broke into the library? I don't know who would break into a library.
God. I know
And-
some motherfuckers who would break into a library.
That's where our siblings were headed.
Well, somebody broke in, stole some stuff, fought the mage there. They put up a hell of a fight, whoever it was.
Oh,
My
God.
No.
And
Lyndon and Corey are gonna get in trouble, and not me. Juniper, they got in trouble, and not me. They got in trouble. You told me. You were like, stay safe, Goose. And who didn't say safe? They didn't say safe. What
You want
up?
a fucking prize?
A little bit I do.
no, they said
Well,
it was
get
like
your 5 steel later.
they said it was like a giant wolf or something. I don't know. But like, I don't-
No.
They make it out.
Any idea where they are now?
That's what I've been looking for, and well, I think I found tracks that lead out of here. They don't really make much sense. There's like a little bit of blood, a little bit of burnt. I thought I heard pots and pans, so I went to check out this little house, but I didn't get close before I saw this grouping here. If you want to come with,
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
And yes, let's go. As we go, I think Juniper will be scuffing up the marks behind her just with her shoes to make sure that they're not easily followable.
while you're walking
That's a
to
word.
the location that Finch is taking you, hey, so I you know how I like to do. I put my ears to the ground and listen for a little while. 2 things. One, there's a great bar, and they're looking for a gig. And you know what? Like, I don't know how long we're here for, but maybe, for a little bit of a. It's always nice, always a good time. Make a bit of coin. Get to know the locals if you feel if your pipes are up for it. 2, there's a lot of money passing around, and some of the more broke people, I guess, are, well, there's less of them. They're filtering out. There's a rumor that somebody's paying really well. You just gotta go ready to fight, dig, clean, mostly apparently helping out in the camp somewhere northwest of here. And so that's why the people from Vogler, I thought there's no way there's like a random neighborhood that's going to take us in, right? But that whole section has been emptied out because people are kind of leaving, and I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, here's the place. And by that point, she's led you to a small one-floor building that doesn't look like much of anything. Goose, when you were trying to chase after your siblings to sort of like convert them to the anti-mage movement previously, and you were like trying to, you know, being all political about everything, you had tracked them to the school or the tutor where they had been first sent to before going to Wayreth and the Towers of High Sorcery. This is his house. This is the house that you'd previously seen. And you can see that there's no light coming from within. There's a window that's there that's sort of been quickly shuttered. The door's there, and Finch points to a fur tuft that's sort of gotten stuck on some wood, and you can see trail of blood that leads somewhat to the front door.
God.
Right. Let's do this carefully. Goose runs in and just pushes open the door.
Ollie is going to, if it's the same door and Ollie's here, Ollie's going to dart towards the door and just tackle whoever comes through there.
I'm going to tackle back.
Roll initiative.
Perfect. As soon as the door smacks open, you hear him coming. He's not exactly the stealthiest. And there you see Lyndon, Corliss. I'm going to start saying the full name to just avoid saying it wrong.
You
Ollie,
say Corliss, right? So just do Cora.
Corey.
Me on the end.
Corey.
I'm gonna. It's just gonna be me.
Karaoke.
Here's what's gonna happen.
You know what? You can just say Corey.
After
say
this,
Corey. It's fine.
after this stream, I'm gonna park myself in front of the mirror and be like, Corey. I'm just gonna repeat it until I get it. I'm gonna do it.
Corey.
Corliss.
It's just gonna lose all meaning.
That's
for
it.
you.
Semantic satiation has ticked. But you know what? There's a fourth figure in here that is still like sleeping and sort of snoring and sort of like completely left to her own devices. There's also that bard, Arethia, who's in the corner for some reason, got roped into these shenanigans. She looks pretty hurt as well, and she's sitting kind of in the corner, snoring away, trying to sleep through her injuries.
Snoreless.
Exactly.
She's still here. Good for her. She's really down bad, huh?
Yeah. Well, it'd be good for. I don't know. Be good for
Good
the
for
twins
someone.
to meet more people outside of this family.
That is
Last time we
true.
did that, they died.
What the hell are you doing
Speaking
here?
of dying,
I thought
we
I was
were
being more
worried
quiet.
sick when we
What's
saw
that?
that
How did you find us?
library.
That was also me as AJ, not as.
Oh, sorry.
How did you find us? How?
Giant wolf tracks and blood, and a huge fight that happened in the library, the place where you were all going. What happened?
We should move on.
If they can find
No.
us, others can.
Yeah.
Well, Finch found you, who is admittedly pretty good at tracking.
Could we clean the tracks?
Yeah,
I've-
we did.
I've done my part as we were following them. Scuffed them
You
out.
did?
Cassandra's. I'd likely Cassandra anyway. I don't. Unconfirmed, but there's a hit on us.
Somebody knew that we were coming to the library, and
library.
they knew to expect us. I tried disguising myself as one of the tutors. I didn't expect the person at the library of a different city entirely to know the tutors of the school that I went to, but apparently they did. So they recognized that it wasn't me and immediately took a strike at us. We were lucky to escape with our lives. She was much too powerful.
Pop
Are you
into
all
Thank you.
okay?
Thank you
Beauty.
for that, by the way.
I'm gonna pop into. I walk. I give another sigh and just look up. Puppy dog eyes. I'm gonna connect with
Ollie.
Scratch
Goose.
you on the nose.
You're gonna do what? Sorry. Ollie?
I'm gonna connect with Goose. I'm gonna say, Goose. Lyndon turned into a snake person as well.
He had like the
Like you.
I
background,
didn't
like
hear
the
that.
background
Like
I
noise.
your-
don't remember that.
That was it's when you were unconscious. I went like Viper like.
Oh,
Kinda
by
like
the
your-
like.
Kind of like your
Eyes on my
scales.
scales.
I don't know if it's
Oh.
connected, but
The
I don't know.
background
I'm
when
telling
connect
you.
to
Actually,
Goose.
I should probably tell Junie. I'll let you reply. You reply.
The background when you connect to Goose, the background noise in his head is just like a kettle boiling over. It's just like As soon as after Lyndon said that there was someone who tried to assassinate him, he's just like,
What's
that,
It's
mate?
kind of like this call cannot be connected. Let's try another time.
They're busy on the other line.
Yeah.
He's trying.
yeah.
Believe it or not,
Please
Goose
leave a
what's
is
that,
message
in
at
Ollie?
home.
home.
What? Yes. Yeah.
Hey.
What?
Well, the twins almost died in battle.
Yeah. Look,
And then
his
they
magic
were
is
pushed.
his business. Well, speaking to the wrong guy about whether things are connected to one another, magic speaking. If you need something hit very hard with a large hammer, I'm your man. Otherwise,
What hammer?
probably Lyndon is.
But Lyndon's the one that happened to.
I'm sure he knows his stuff. I just got a magic ring, is my point. So,
Right, and I can turn into a wolf, so I guess it's not too far from.
yeah, maybe we're all just turning into animals slowly.
Do you think, Junie, that we are safe here then, from the amount that you managed to scuff out and how difficult the tracks were to find? Also, Finch,
I think
how difficult are these tracks?
Um,
Should I go out and try and clean them?
no, I
your
don't think
sister,
you should be going out anyway.
your
Anywhere.
sister
I
took
could,
care
I
of
could change
most
my
of it.
appearance to look like something else, and then I can clean. I've been practicing a
I
cleaning
mean-
spell that Cory knows.
We also have a pretty secure lodgings, and Goose puts down the 5 badges and spreads them out on the table. We have
What?
been given the lofty positions of sergeants, lieutenants, something.
What?
I
stole
tell them
from-
that essentially the council has appointed us to special positions to investigate the Dragon Man. What are they called? What are they called?
Draconians.
Draconian menace and threat
It's
inside
based
the walls
on the-
of Calaman.
We made an impression by helping with the evacuation. And
Oh,
Okay.
like it or not, this gives us some amount of security. As long as
Why
we
are there
don't,
5? Why are there 5 badges?
for all of us.
So they know that there's.
They
two-
know
they
there's
know
two
there's
of
2 of
us.
us.
Yes.
Yeah.
well, the Tower of High Sorcery knows now too, because of the librarian. She would have immediately relayed back that there were 2 of us.
Okay.
I don't think this is our concern right now.
Okay. No, but it's
For
an
all
element of
intents and
surprise that's gone.
purposes.
Molly, wow. Ollie's going to shape shift back. and is going to. You know what? We're getting all the names wrong
Cory,
tonight.
Cory, Molly,
yeah,
Ollie.
Molly, Ollie. Ollie's gonna transform back, and again, it's very much like the fur turns into mulch and soil, and then just dissipates and goes away. And it's going to walk over and pick up one of the badges and inspects it, and it's going to say, "Council gave us these."
Yeah.
Who's on the council? Who?
Well, I was actually hoping Finch would have a little more info on that. She's been digging around. But that is something I am looking forward to. And then Goose is going to slip into Elvish, which he speaks very poorly. And he's going to say, in Elvish, he sounds like, "What blood can... If blood stole... What could Witch do?"
He needs to brush up on his elfish, right?
Yes,
I say in
don't-
twin speak. What do you think he's trying to say?
If someone steals blood,
Oh wait, I can't speak Elvish.
Yes.
I
It's
can. If someone, hang on. If someone, no,
Oh my
you're,
God.
it's.
We do.
If someone
If
steals
witch-
blood,
No,
if
we don't.
if a
witch-
witch
do.
steals,
The
Sylvan.
if a witch
You guys
steals
get-
blood,
You speak Elvish.
You
I
get
don't.
have
interrupted
Sylvan.
by
Wait.
the bard who's waking up
Yeah, 'cause I
goes,
went to different classes.
what he's trying to say is if somebody takes your blood, what can they do with it? And the bard is slowly sitting up.
Yes.
I
Oh.
speak Elvish. How did you get that out of what he said?
I made a
Also,
It's
why
what
do
I
you
say.
speak Elvish?
I
It's how
study.
we think.
I'll speak to Goose in Elvish and say, why are we speaking in Elvish about this?
Could blood thief, listen if blood
yes.
stole.
Yes, definitely. There's lots of magic one can do with blood. Sorry, I'll speak slower. There's lots of things someone who thief blood can do with magic if it has your blood.
Fuck.
You know, fucking
Yeah.
Elvish?
It doesn't quite.
Goose would
it doesn't
definitely know.
quite-
No, that would be
Yeah.
the first word.
That's the
It
first
doesn't
thing.
quite translate well. It means a few different things.
Then I'll relay in twin speak what he's actually asking about. He's worried about whether somebody who's stolen his blood can hear him, and so he doesn't want to be overheard by someone who's stolen his blood. Who stole your blood? I'll say in common.
Which we hate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cassandra has his blood.
What?
Why?
Not happy me.
How?
Not happy me.
I don't speak Elvish!
He's not happy about it, he says, but she stole his blood.
In the
How?
background, Aretha is translating to Finch, who's pulled out popcorn from somewhere and just listening, and they're just kind of talking about what they're seeing here.
Why are we speaking Elvish?
He's worried that Cassandra's listening into his.
Cassandra speaks Elvish.
Yeah, Cassandra speaks Elvish. We're pretty sure. Also, give me a second, and I will cast detect. I will cast detect magic to look around to see. I'm looking specifically for the orbs that I've heard about with augury and arcane eye and scrying and all these other things.
Yeah,
I'm looking for clairvoyance. I'm looking for the little magical orbs that anybody's looking in on us.
Does anyone have? Do we have detect magic?
Sure.
You've
So-
not.
Yeah, so do I.
So
You
are
never kept speaking Elvish, did you, Goose?
Hmm?
Oh,
I can
nothing.
speak it all right. I'm pretty good at it, I think, actually.
Did Mother speak Elvish?
Yeah, that's
Around the
how I
house?
learned.
Yeah.
I guess she did it less and less as we were growing up. And
Yeah.
it's
I
not
think
been
I got
right.
the
I remember-
main
reason to
bits
use
of it.
I remember a few words, but Lyndon and I took different language classes.
Oh,
So that
well,
we
you
could
probably
cover
speak
more
it better than
languages.
any of us, really.
I believe Cassandra
think
knows
I
Elvish.
probably do. Indubitably.
I
You
don't
fit-
know what that
Saying
word
Elvish.
is.
You finish casting. You finish casting detect magic, and you look around the room. There are a couple knickknacks in Sabian's place that are that glow with a faint trace of magic. Nothing. They sort of speak of like home magic, where like a mage rite might use something over and over again. A little bit of ability or a little bit of magic seeps into it. Everyday magic, maybe some mug that immediately heats water for him to have a cup of tea pretty quickly without having to use a kettle.
Yeah,
just
little common items.
Yeah, little common items. The badges that you've been given, however, also radiate magic.
And
And-
school of magic.
As you're about to determine this, Ollie, who's a little bit further back and has asked questions, and I need you to make an active perception check for me, please.
Do that. You can definitely do that. 24.
Nice. You hear footsteps coming towards Sabian's house.
Someone approaches.
They sound, with a 24, they sound pretty heavy. You can hear the jingle of armor, but it's only one person.
They're wearing
I will grab the badge, one of my badges, and I will go to the door. And I will try and like open it and sneak outside without, kind of opening the door in full view of everyone so that anyone can see who is actually inside. I'm just going to slip out and meet the person before they come inside.
Okay, so as you open the door, you can see a guard that's approaching. He seems to be holding a scroll in hand, and as he's approaching, are you stealthing out to try to loop around, or are you coming through? There are two
No.
doors here. There's one that exits sort of the other side, and one that's exiting towards where this guy is coming from.
I think I'll do the one towards where he's coming from, because
Okay.
my aim is to get him before he tries to come inside.
Okay. As you open the door, he seems to be partially stunned as you come out. Oh, I have a message for Sabian. Is he home?
No, but we are family friends.
All right, sorry. Who are you? And he pulls out like a This is there's been an incident at the library, and Wyhan has sent for Sabian. It's good. Do you know where he is? And he is looking at you and has asked you who you are and where Sabian is.
I will say the last I saw of Sabian was well, before I boarded a ship from Vogler.
Ah, so he's not here.
I'm unsure. There's plenty of refugees down at the docks. He might have slipped on, he might have not. It's hard to tell who made it and who didn't, and what ship they were on, and who knows.
Oh, all right, and
sorry, my dog has found a container.
You're fine. He will ask you, right, and what are you doing in his house? Who are you?
Well, I'm a family friend, and so he said we could stay with him once we got here.
All right, and we, again, is it you and who else? Sorry, are you all inside? I should just, for completeness sake, make sure. The refugees from Vogler were assigned in the northern part of the town, so I just need to know, I suppose, how many of you and your names?
It's, just me and my brother Goose.
All right, and is it Goose spelled like a goose?
Oh, Gustav, sorry.
Ah, that was such an odd name.
Nickname.
Gustav. And you are, sorry, you?
Juniper.
Do you have surnames?
Yes, Hartman.
Ah, I see that you're wearing a chit. All right. Wait. Are you... Is it... and he kind of immediately looks at... Are you wearing the badge that you were given or no?
I have it in my hand, essentially.
Okay. So if he has...
I need to, like,
never
brandish
mind.
it.
He hasn't seen it then, never mind. So with this, he's like, all right, well, can I leave this scroll with you? And then if you see Sabian, tell him to read it, and I'll go looking for him in the refugee camp. Thank you. And with that, the guard...
If he can't be found, what kind of information is it? Is it pertinent to his next of kin, or...?
No, this is simply the mage of the library who has been assaulted, and he is quite clever in tracking people and finding whereabouts. He might know some information, and there's quite a bit of blood in the library, which is beyond my ability, or any of us, city guards. We don't have the tools. There's no CSI here, and so... he's quite good with it. My understanding is Wyhan was hoping he would be able to track the people who did this. So...
GM.
Yeah.
So Ollie had pretty good perception. Could Ollie be listening to this
100%. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to, after hearing this conversation, I'm going to look over to the twins and I'm going to say, do you remember the likeness of Sabian very well?
Pause on that, because in that time I would have focused on what school of magic the shields are.
So, let's go back to that for a second, and I'll tell you it is...
I would reply to Ollie and say, if Junie has said he's not here, it's not a good idea to pose as him.
Divination.
Divination.
Oh, they're totally fucking spying on us through the badges, right?
Yeah. I will then. We hear, as I've discovered that is what this is. The person arrives outside and the conversation starts, and then you turn and say this to me, and I will just go.
Was it telepathy?
And then he just said the twins, so I assumed he was speaking out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, I did both. Yeah, because I only can tell you whether you say out loud.
And then I will say, I'll get real close and quietly whisper in twin speak. These badges are divinatory. I think they're either watching us, listening to us, or determining our location.
Outside, the guard, satisfied with the back and forth with Juniper, leaves the scroll with you, and he will just turn back around and... All right, I guess
Good luck.
Thank you.
I hope you find him, and if not, well, I hope he arrives home soon.
Make a persuasion roll for me, please. As he turns around to leave, he stops for a moment to think about what you just said. And let's see how convincing you have thoroughly been. And what's up, Bowser?
Oh, he's wanting a treat. He's like, you guys are streaming. I deserve something. It's a 16.
Okay, he stops. He shakes his head. No, it makes sense. And then you watch as he leaves the small courtyard and heads back into one of the alleyways away from Sabian's house.
I'm gonna take a piece of paper and a quill, ink pen that I've got, and I'm gonna write down away from, like if something is sitting, looking through the badge, as it were. I'm gonna make sure that I'm writing it away from that.
Sure.
I'm gonna write the badges. The badges are divinatory. They may be able to see us, hear us, or tell where we are. Be careful what you're saying if you're wearing them, or anywhere around them. And then I will shuffle over and hand it to Goose away from the badge.
All right, I'm gonna scoop
And
up
then
all
again
the badges and then like put them in a chest, like somewhere, and like put that in the pantry. Where nothing bad can get you.
Of course. You've not
And
seen
then
any Halloween movie.
And then when Junie comes back in, I will make sure that she is not like. I'll ask for the badge, and then swap the badge for the piece of paper and put the badge in the chest with the rest of them.
Okay.
It's a letter for Sabian.
What's it say?
Well, I haven't read it, but that
We
guard
should.
said it was about inquiring into trying to get Sabian's help in finding out who broke into the library.
You still have Detect Magic up, and you can see that the seal that closes the scroll is magical.
That seal's magical. Is it abjuration or evocation?
Evocation.
That seal's magical. If you break it, it will explode or burn, or it will conjure lightning or some sort of damaging.
Oh, sorry.
dangerous stuff.
It's a mix of abjuration and evocation. You recognize this. This is a spell that you've seen taken physical form. You've seen it at school. You haven't quite mastered yet, but this is a glyph of warding. And typically they have a key phrase or some kind of sentence or something that you can say to deactivate it. Else, it's probably going to blow up on you.
Yeah, this is a definitive sort of textbook style of a glyph of warding. You don't touch it unless you know the code word, and if you do, it's
You say
very
as
bad for
Goose
you.
is almost grabbed.
No, don't do Goose. I'm serious. I am very serious.
Stop,
Well,
he
I will
already
blow
said what
off
it
your
was
hands or
regarding. They want Sabian's help in trying to find out who broke into the library.
I don't remember this fight very much. Whose blood was spilled?
At the library?
Yes.
Probably all of ours. You were badly hurt. Urethra was badly hurt. I was hurt once or
Urethra.
twice. Yes. And Ollie and probably got some wounds. I'd
I
imagine
got hit
most
by
of the
lightning.
others there.
What?
What?
Yes,
He was
full
very
face.
powerful.
It
You
was
don't remember
very.
much?
It hurt a lot.
Oh my
What
goodness.
happened?
very
Did she attack
Oh,
you?
it
or
doesn't
did
matter.
you defend yourself?
She started interrogating me, and I was doing fine. And then I must have said something that offended her. She thought it was part of her test. She didn't want to work there. She wanted to work other ways, and I tried to intimidate her. It worked for a time, and then
Didn't.
she got angry. And when she got
She had-
angry, she got violent with magic.
She had you and Urethia bound.
Oh shit! We stole books. I'm gonna start looking at the books that we stole. I can't. I almost
Okay,
forgot
okay,
until
do
now.
we not need to check and make sure that they are not dangerous to touch?
Oh, I'm definitely doing so.
Yes.
When I say I'm looking, I'm like
Okay.
opening my bag to
Oh,
look at
yeah,
the books
yeah.
that I stole. I wasn't opening
Juniper
the books
doesn't
themselves, I'm like-
understand magic, so she's just
I'm
gonna
still-
be like,
You still got detect magic.
I'm detecting an
Yeah.
aura of magic around me. It's a thing that I can do.
Ollie,
I'm gonna look
Ollie
at
has
these
a book
books, see if they're
too,
magical.
which has been chewed by wolf teeth, and I'm just like, here you go. Hand it over.
Thank you. This
So
one
you-
seems like at least if it touches you, it doesn't immediately kill you. That's good.
You
Kellen?
have
Put that out.
you stole 3 books, as I recall, right? That's what I wrote down.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's
Ollie got
something.
one.
It was a small number. Ollie got one. I thought I got 3 or so, maybe
Okay.
2 or 3.
So
Yeah,
maybe
I got
Basically,
two.
I said whatever I can grab with an object interact
So,
because
I-
I'm not spending my time grabbing.
So
things.
most of the books that you got, so if you 2, 3, and 1, so 6 books. Well, 3 of them are like diaries or local histories of people of note
Yeah.
of Calaman. Nothing that you could spend time
Wouldn't
reading a
maybe
bit. You'll
super
probably
useful.
learn about of this, but one in
Goose is actually gonna
particular.
grab those.
Okay, one in particular. Make a note of that then. But one in particular of the books that you have definitely radiates magic, and it radiates transmutation magic. What Ollie has
This
grabbed
one is-
looks. Yeah, the one that you kind of partially chewed looks. It's oversized for a book, in the sense that it's pretty big and it's heavy. And
This is huge.
what it is, do you open it or just looking at the cover?
As soon as I've ascertained that it's transmutation magic, I feel that that's probably safer than abjuration or evocation. So I am going to tentatively take a step back and get my mage hand to flip the cover open once nobody's within 10 feet of it.
The cover of the book is well worn, but it looks like there's no obvious title on it. It just looks like a depiction somebody drew really, really well of, or an imprint of a forest. You can see trees and vines, and they're almost moving. Like, it's really, really well done, except that it's been chewed. It's pretty damaged. It's been rained on, but they've done a pretty decent job at the library trying to maintain it. And what you have in here are great depictions in high details of anatomy breakdowns of creatures that you've never seen before from lands far away from here. Some explorer or some naturalist or somebody has taken the time traversing through Kryn, finding odd species of beasts and others, and in looking at this, while they may not be immediately useful to you now, any druid or wild shaper or any polymorph spell, there is a need to see or understand the beast or be aware of its existence. And to be able to use or transform into it, you need to be intimately familiar with how the thing kind of functions at a base level. And this has been, or this would be, a guide for any such individuals to be able to then master those shapes. You need to study them, but they will allow you to then turn into, and what you have here are beasts that you guys have never seen before. There's sort of, one of them in particular looks really vicious, almost like dragon adjacent, but it's just like this enormous lizard with big eyes, sharp teeth. You know what this is. It's obviously a dinosaur of some kind, but a beast that you've never seen in real life. And in this moment, flipping through some of the pages, you realize, oh, there's a lot of good juice in this.
Exposition cantrip, all of
Yes.
that. This is what's in the book, everybody.
That sounds like. I looked at Goose. Nerd stuff? Did I say
That's
that right?
good nerd stuff, though.
Oh.
Helpful nerd stuff.
Sounds
Right.
like
Difficult.
your nerd stuff.
Actually,
Uh,
Ollie, this might be good for you to read.
Lyndon is obviously, with his background and everything, is good at scanning textbooks for what is useful and what is not. He's specifically going to just flick through the pages, scanning for anything that looks like the mask that Ollie uses. Just because with the intention that I want to know whether it's the mask that has the abilities or whether it's a mask that heightens abilities that are already in Ollie.
So in this book, there's nothing about a mask. There's nothing
Nothing about
about
masks.
nothing. At least at a quick look, like sort of parsing
Yeah,
through it.
yeah.
I'm cramming before an exam kind of vibe. You're not seeing anything that talks about masks or any sort of.
Yeah.
Do I get an impression on the flick through? Do I get an impression of why the book itself has transmutation magic?
Yeah, so it's a very good question. The person who did this effort, whether they knew it or not, you can picture them sitting on some hill looking down and drawing, and they're so talented. You know of common people who are not aware of their abilities, who've never been trained, who maybe
Yeah.
never... And this is what this is. This person had so much skill that they pour their abilities into this, that there is... It's not
It's
glowing,
residual
it's
from-
residual
yeah,
magic,
It's
correct.
residual from the guy who actually had all of this transmutation knowledge.
Magic
It's
and
actually
stuff,
started to imbue
yeah.
the book with the magic.
Correct.
This book itself seems to be safe. It
that would be
does.
cool.
It's
The-
been
He became the book.
I was
poured
just gonna say,
himself
it'd be
into
cool
the book.
if the illustrations
done
kind
it.
of move because they're like like they can move about the page.
Oh, I mean,
I've mastered
Very
all the
cool.
base shapes.
You can
and now...
shift them around using your fingers, and you can
Yeah.
rotate the creature. To...
Well, the
You
person...
come in with an eraser pencil.
I'll tell you this. Nobody's actually touching the book. It's just the mage hand right now, and the mage hand is just flipping the pages through. So who knows what'll happen if and when you touch it.
It seems to be safe for you to look at, Ollie. It's
Does it?
transmutation, and it seems to be residual mostly because of the person who wrote it. It would definitely behoove you to. You can read, yes.
Yes, I just don't like to. Does it at least have pictures?
I was joking. Yes, yes, it has pictures. You can read it at your leisure. It's large and heavy, so be careful not to have it around in public. It's going to be very notable where you got it from, if anybody knows what books were stolen, and they will.
And potentially
Speaking
don't
of-
touch it for now.
Speaking of being in public, first of all, how bad were all of you hurt? There was
Badly.
blood
Pretty-
at this scene.
Pretty bad.
I got.
Pretty bad.
I almost died.
Yeah, I'm still considered bloodied. I'm at 10 hit points.
Do you need to rest?
Yes.
I desperately need to rest. Yes, I'm tired and
Then
I'm hurt, and I hoped that this place would be safe.
Then I think we should take the rest while we can get it. There is safe lodgings for us, but I believe with this job there will be strings. We will be watched. And in this
Yes.
town, I think it is best if we keep our noses clean.
Well, too late. Can I ask why? What this job is? I thought. I understand this that it gives us some sort of safety, but it also takes away our freedom. What is this? What is this position?
Been appointed special investigators of, it
You're
does come
using
with
your
its
scheming
restrictions.
voice.
Yeah, this is your
Oh.
harebrained scheme voice that you're trying to. So why is this part of a harebrained scheme? Was this your idea or somebody else's?
Is it are we double crossing them? Is this to get our
yeah.
own way? I'm
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
don't need to
confused.
double cross anyone.
Hmm.
Look, for this point, we are refugees in an unknown town. The army is coming, and because we had direct confrontation with them, they saw us as a point of, I don't know, leadership,
who saw us?
intelligence.
We scared him,
You
we
said
scared him
the
pretty good
council.
about the whole risk of people walking in human skin. And we
So you
told them
did
that
meet
we'd be
the
able
council?
to see. Yeah.
All right.
And we let them know that we could probably root out the people who are secretly dragon men skulking around in the dark. So they give us these badges. It
Small
comes with
team.
its strings, but it comes with a lot of, leverage as well.
We've got to keep an eye out now
do I-
because not only is Cassandra after us, but also the Tower of High Sorcery knows there's two of us and we've abandoned choosing which robes to choose. So we're going to be hunted down, unfortunately.
So
Is a goose and Junie both good at deception?
No?
Goose is
Do I get any,
Insight check.
do I get any
Yeah,
impression
for
that
sure.
they're holding anything
This
back?
is why I
Didn't bring
asked
my dice.
Goose to take the lead on mine.
I mean, it doesn't. You know what, Judy? You can make a. You're not exactly deceiving, but you're not telling the full truth. Let's go with.
I'm being because I am not good at it. I'm trying to just exactly what you said.
It's truth by omission.
Selectively
It's lie by
yeah.
omission kind of thing. So make a performance check. I guess it's not deception. You're not.
Deception by intent.
Okay,
We had a
my
very long
deception
discussion
was
about this on my
25.
channel recently.
So
Yeah, I dropped my die.
I believe you.
I rolled a 10.
Make an insight check, Lyndon.
I have no bonuses.
Oh,
no.
that's actually good. 18 for Lyndon, and
There's
Corey
some-
will probably be a 19 because that's how she rolls.
There's something Judy's not telling you. But your eyes are. There's one more book that's of a note that you found, and it is the title is actually it's written out. It says, so it says scribble notes, and it looks like almost a Leonardo da Vinci sort of style thing with the illustrations, but of machines and things. That the author of this small diminutive, and it's more like a folio than a full-on book, is Jacoby Angelforge, or Anvilforge rather.
Jackalby.
And this is a book of an inventor, and it has doodads, it has gears, it has gizmos and depictions of things, and it has spells
Jackalby.
in it.
A lot of recipes too.
Jackalby.
And I think it has some. It has
was his
some
name, wasn't it?
Harengon blood on it.
I just had a dream about him.
Really?
Yes.
That's insane timing.
Funny how that works. But there's a book, and in it, if you take a look, there are cantrips. A list of about a solid 7 or 8 cantrips in here. In fact, I can give you the exact number and how they relate to a number of inventions that Jackalby has come up with. And these, in fact, are quite numerous. There are... Well, I can tell you later, but there's about 10 cantrips written out in his book.
Nice.
And how they tie into different inventions, and how you would use a ray of frost at this moment, how you would use et cetera, et cetera.
They're all cooking related. They're like, if you use a ray of frost on like fresh fish, it'll keep it fresher for longer. You know.
Does it
acid
indicate
can,
which robes
In a
Jackalby
salad.
chose?
Red, very much red. Jackalby was a student of knowledge, and he always sought knowledge above anything else. The funny thing about this book is that as you kind of take a quick look at it, it has recipes for food, and sort of in the ledger, almost second-handedly, there's also written, you could also freeze somebody to death, but that is unthinkable because nobody would ever do this. And then it moves on to like the next thing that he wrote about, and it's like these horrifying inventions.
Very Da Vinci, like
yeah,
like
sort of these
murder machines.
like
Don't do this though.
you could do this, and just applying enough force and torque would rip somebody's head clean off, as if it was an ogre ripping somebody's head off. But you would never use this. However, for kneading dough, it is fantastic. And sort of,
this is a great spell for skinning a mule, which is very handy if you want to prepare it. Also, it could be applied to other people, so don't do it like that.
Don't do it like that. So I will spend some time before resting, if that's what we're doing, just searching Sabian's thing to see if I can ransack him for rare inks and paper. Basically, the things that I need as a wizard for scribing my scrolls.
Sure. Arethia
Lyndon, are you resting or are you reading? I think you should
they're
go to
not.
bed.
They're not exclusive. I'll rest, but I need to get my mind on my work. Otherwise, I can't sleep. I don't sleep
understand,
anyway.
but-
You know.
Just please, if you need to take
I will
a
rest.
moment.
Jenny. I will.
Lucky for you, it seems that Lyndon got distracted by what he found in the book and does not pursue the questioning of what you omitted to tell him.
It's stored away for later.
I rolled a non-natural 20 on that insight.
Oh yeah, so Juniper's
Dodo
holding a Dodo
Twinner.
Twinner.
Yes.
Junie's definitely Goose is telling Zach truth. Yes, he has his harebrained scheme voice on, but he seems to be honest about it. Juniper's holding something back. And Arethia will offer, by the way, when you mentioned the glyph, that she knows a tune that she can play that's discordant enough over a long period enough of time that might be able to unmake the glyph of warding that sits on that scroll if you guys want her to try.
GM, just quickly.
Yeah.
Seeing that Lyndon has started work on the scroll and the inscribing and whatnot, Ollie's going to wander over with the big tome, and with a sigh, he's going to put it down. It is heavy. Lyndon, do you mind if I read with you? I'll be very quiet, I promise.
Then sure, you can whatever you need to do, Ollie.
Ollie has a slight smile and is very happy about the situation, and just sheepishly sits down and starts reading quietly.
Nice. Are you guys are you intending on taking a short or a long rest?
I want a long rest.
Okay.
4 hours. Because we're...
I can.
Ladrin.
Yeah, I can.
I need
can
to sleep
keep
4
watch.
hours and then take the rest of it to scribe some spells.
Long
Yeah.
rest if we can.
Yeah, Juniper's thing is like to take the time while the guard has been sent away
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
before this place becomes compromised and before they need to go
To
back,
rest.
go to their other lodgings, which will definitely be somehow watched over.
Mm.
So yeah, she
I
is
think-
fully prepared to wait while her siblings all rest.
Corey sees Ollie go and read with Lyndon, looks at Goose questionably, and then will turn to Junie. Could we talk?
Sure.
Maybe in the kitchen? Make something to eat for everyone?
Yeah. Okay. We'll head into the kitchen. Damn
Okay.
it. Damn it. Maybe I shoot Goose a knowing look of like, help me.
Bye.
You bitch. You absolute bitch, Goose. I thought you were gonna help me.
Amazing.
So, yes, we go into the kitchen.
This is one building, like it's just it's past
just
the
the other
bed.
side of the
it's
house.
fine.
It's
Yeah,
not
you're
It's
that
fine.
basically
Yeah.
a place in Sydney. It's one
It's
room.
a different room-ish, kind of.
So this bard.
I don't care for her, if that's what you're gonna ask.
I mean, she obviously is interested in you.
Yes, and I'm using that to our advantage so that she doesn't go tell wild stories of our family after Goose openly admitted to killing someone in front of her.
Yes.
I've never kissed anyone before, Junie. I'm not going to just throw myself at people that I hardly know. But I will
mean,
for our family if I need to.
no, you don't. No, stop. You don't need to think about yourself like that. Relationships
You and
are
I...
not bargaining chips.
Yes, and good relationships don't hide secrets either. So, since you and I haven't had a very good relationship, I will reveal a secret in return for the one that you're hiding from me. At least then
You
we're
can talk
all
to me
out
as-
in the open.
You can talk to me as frankly as you like, Corey, and you can always come to me when you need. But, contrary to that opinion, I think sometimes, for the sake of others, some secrets need to be held on to.
I thought the same. That's why I think we can't afford that anymore. What I'm about to tell you is going to hurt you, and I kept it from you because of that.
And that's it's a very noble thing.
Junie,
Want to help. What?
I know that you and I want to work together with you on this. If the last couple of days have taught me anything, it's that you and I on the same page is better than not. Ollie ran away the other day. Abandoned our family. Chose against it afterwards, but wrote a very strong letter saying that it was better to leave our family because he was just dragging us down, or that he was the problem. We were in the middle of fighting. I was extremely mad at him for choosing that path. I'm glad he thought better of it. But I decided not to tell you because I didn't want you to think that it was
My fault?
I didn't want you to go through that pain. No, not your fault. I took responsibility. Lyndon took more responsibility for some strange reason. But I didn't want you to think or to feel that pain of Ollie choosing to leave. You and he are the closest. And so I hid it from you. And other things happened, and I've still not processed it with Ollie, because it was a stupid choice. And thank goodness he came back. But it happened nonetheless, and you should know about that. Now, what are you hiding from me?
I cannot tell you, Corey.
Why?
Because when I say we need to keep our noses clean,
Yes.
that is all I should need to say. Obviously, you are in trouble from all ends. You know
Yes.
the mages are after you. You know Cassandra is after you.
Mm-hmm.
I am trying my best.
If you say protect me, I'm going to throw this loaf of bread at you.
I am trying to protect you, sir.
Then stop it.
Why? Why is it so bad to want to see my family unharmed?
It's not. But you know what is bad? Hiding things from us thinking it's going to protect us more. Why don't we work together and start treating each other as equals? Not as you being this pseudo-mother for all of us. I want to be your friend and your teammate. Not the disobedient child that you occasionally tell off or hide things from or give pocket money to. Can you treat me as an equal, Junie? Please.
Cassandra wants you dead. It's hardly a secret.
Yes.
I'm now working for her. Hoping that acting as her thrall will buy you leniency and give you all time to somehow get out of her sight, get far away.
Is this part of the same deal that Goose had with the killing of her father? Or has this just happened?
This has just happened.
At the same time that we were almost killed because Cassandra tipped someone off.
Yes.
So you've made a deal with Cassandra.
I have.
And it didn't save Lyndon and I from harm.
You were attacked at the same time?
Relatively, who's to say?
The
Are we
deal was
protected
struck
now?
afterwards.
All right.
That's
I'm
what
not
these
mad.
badges have brought us.
Yeah. All right.
But if we are to work as a team, I need that, Corey.
What?
I need to know that you, Lyndon, Goose, Ollie, won't just try to somehow strike out at Cassandra. It's the thing that's going to keep us safest at this time, while we've got a literal other army on our back. Again, I'm hoping that my obedience will make her think that I am completely subservient, that I haven't even begun to think about ways to keep you all safe and get you out of this town. So that's where I need the rest of you to come together.
I know that Lyndon and I are very similar. There is a stark difference between he and I sometimes. When it comes to Cassandra, I'm a lot more calculating. I do want her dead. I will not lie. But I do prefer that she not see it coming, and then we manipulate her into it. Besides, you're right, there are other things that we need to work on, so I'm on board with your plan. I will not touch a single hair on her head again.
Not
until you
you're
say.
safe.
Not until you tell me. I have a feeling you're going to change your mind sooner than later.
We'll see about that.
The moment that Lyndon and I are in danger, even though your deal still stands, you let me know, and I'll kill her. Thank you for telling me. This is going to be easier if we're friends first.
Friends.
I'm working on it.
I'm sorry, Corey. It's just it's a foreign concept. I feel like for the longest time we haven't even really been sisters.
No, we weren't. For the
Not a
longest
mother.
time, I don't think
Or
I was even
sister.
seen as a girl, to be honest. It was easier to be just like Lyndon. To be the twins, to not be an individual. And so,
And it
when you got special treatment as the daughter of the family, the mother figure to Ollie, the one with responsibilities, I just got ignored unless I was the twins. So,
easier to be the twins. It was easier to act as a faux mother. But still, at the end of the day, none of you treated me like that. You didn't treat me like a sister either. I just felt like a mouthpiece. Always nagging or scolding or chiding or pleading. I wouldn't ever ask for these responsibilities to be given to anyone else. Corey.
you did
hell.
them well, though. Yes, I didn't see you as a sister, and I regret that, and I regret that I treated you badly, but on the other hand, you raised us. You had to. You had no choice. But now that we're all not children, maybe we treat each other as sisters and friends.
Isn't it so strange to know that we all lived together for so long
Yes.
and none of us knew who the fuck each other were?
I don't think I even know your favorite color.
To be fair, Corey, I don't think I do. I don't think I've had a favorite anything.
That's fair.
I mean, anything that's been shoved in front of me, I'll pretty much damn well take it. I think I like green, but maybe that's just because it reminds me of Mother. But yeah.
All right, green. Let's start with that. And
yours?
not hide things from each other. Well, blue, obviously.
Obviously. Excellent. Yeah, I'll keep plating up little things.
Yeah, we'll just make food and then go back.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Yay!
Sorry. Every time that I have a successful bonding moment with any of my siblings, I just have to like,
You're
fuck yeah! Run around high-fiving the team.
your reputation with Corliss has increased by 5 points.
Corliss will remember that.
You are no longer hostile. You're now indifferent. Lyndon is studying. Corliss and Junie are talking on the side. Goose, or Ollie, you have the book with you. And over the course of the attempted long rest, you can sit and study it. We've talked a little bit about it. You need a full long rest to study any one particular form to try to unlock it. In this book, there are some that are really complicated. The biggest creature in here is like this towering monster of teeth and scales that is enormous and at the moment probably well out of your skill range or ability to just enlarge your body and make it that size and do the things that it looks like it's doing. But the first form that you see in here looks like an enormous spider that seems to be almost made of like icicles. It has a trail of web behind it, and as you touch the book, it literally and figuratively, but literally also, seems to come to life. There is movement on the page, and you can see the thing skittering across the page. It is moving, and the camera, if there is, which is you, seems to follow the spider as it moves through these ice-covered tunnels, leaving behind these strands of webbing that catch the light and glitter like fresh powdered snow. And you can tell by the sheer size that this is a very large beast, because in the image that stands in front of you, you see how it pounces and attacks, buries or bites deep into the prey, a small, or maybe not so small, boar that it just latches on. And just watching it, you understand how the mechanical pieces move, how the legs move, why it's there, how its bulbous shape is, how it produces perhaps venom, and how it makes its webbing. There are many.
Going to say, sorry.
No, I was like, there are many other shapes in here, but that is the first one on the first page.
Ollie's going to say, just like without even thinking mindlessly, next to Lyndon, "Wow, reading is so cool." And then is going to, what do I do next?
So if this is the form if you want to skip and go to the next, you can. But if this is the one that you want to study, then at the end of the long rest, you need to make a wisdom check for me. So when we get to the end of it, if this is the one that you're going to hone on, then if we're successful in the long rest, which maybe we will, maybe we won't be, but it looks like maybe we'll be okay, just remind me, and then we'll make a check at that point.
Hell yeah. With everything that Ollie is, definitely wants this.
I will tell you the DC now. The DC for this creature, for you to learn it, is 15.
15?
So, yeah, it's very doable.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Okay. In the meantime, Juniper, as you move away, and you notice this perhaps a little bit late, but I need you to make a little perception check at disadvantage, please.
Ah, fuck.
In Elvish.
Freaking, I don't know. I don't know what like language Elvish would be similar to.
What's it in Twin Speak?
I don't. Oh, they're muted. But
they're muted.
I'm sure it's something.
That's an 8.
What's what in
Okay.
Twin Speak? The numbers.
Oh, sorry. We'll get the result.
So as you're sitting there, Goose, Finch has taken the scroll off of Juniper.
Oh Jesus!
You see that she's just Finch things. The glyph sits in her.
Is the terminal.
The glyph of warding sits whole and complete, but just disconnected from the scroll. This is not her first time picking locks and removing glyphs. She's literally not triggered the trap, but simply removed the rune that sits on the wax seal and moved it. It sits in her hand. It could pop off at any moment. You don't know. But she has the scroll that she's read through, and she's handed it to you.
To me?
No, she's handed it to the Goose.
I read through it, and you see Goose go, ooh. Goose is going to, basically, when people take their long rests, after Juniper takes her rest, and Goose, relieves her, is then going to essentially get a meeting, grab everyone.
Okay, so Darkest Dungeon, you guys are all sitting around. Sure, that's fine, yeah. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to roll a percentile die. Okay.
It's fun.
About 4 to 5 hours in, you guys have essentially succeeded, and you can mark down the long rest successfully, so Goose or Ollie, if you want to make your wisdom check now. And you need a 15.
Oh, I'm so nervous. Nah.
Okay.
Roll the natural 3.
Nah, bro. No.
The next time you study the same form, the DC will be decreased, and it'll become easier
Ooh,
for you
okay,
to learn.
cool.
So every time
Love
there's a
that.
progress. So you have one failure, it goes from 15, and it drops by 3. It is now 12 in the next try, and after that it'll go to 9, 6, and so on and so forth.
Ollie doesn't know how to get the multiple legs happening. Like it's
That's
just
a
like,
lot.
how
That's
do
a
I?
lot.
I'm used to 4 legs or 2 legs, 8 legs.
So 8 legs requires like a whole different ass brain. Like
An ass brain? What's an ass brain?
An ass brain.
It's ganglia is what it is.
Yeah.
You, at one point, like 5 hours in, if you want to call the meeting, but there is the sound of footsteps outside, and something is thrown through the window and lands on the floor. Whoever is awake, they're not trying to hide.
Yeah.
And
Goose
it's
is gonna go over and-
and it's essentially a very lovely summon from Cassandra. And it simply says, I have a job for you.
Okay, so Goose is going to. Is Juniper asleep at this point? He's taking a long rest.
She's taking a long
Look
rest.
at the window.
Yeah, I guess so. I was planning on not, but I can for narrative purposes.
Thank you, appreciate that.
No worries.
Goose
You're
is gonna
welcome.
leave that beside Juniper, and everyone else. He's just gonna chuck a coin at everyone else's sleeping forms, and then if they're asleep upstairs, he's gonna go downstairs and wait for.
Or he
everyone to get up.
catches it.
They're all on the same floor.
Just in the
They're
middle of
all.
sleep.
Yeah.
I'm in a trance.
Question. I was going to look through Sabian's stuff to see if I can get the material components needed to reduce the gold amount of my copying spells over.
Yeah. So what he would have left behind, I need you to make a general investigation check for me, please.
Not too bad. That is investigation. Oh, I'm actually proficient in that. That's good. 17.
Nice. Behind his bed, in fact, as you shift things around, there's a small false. Yeah, there's a small false floor. You lift the plank. Sure enough, there is magical ink. There's enough there for 2 full cantrips for you to copy over without costing you anything.
Ooh, so I'll get cantrips even.
Yes.
Because I was going to be I didn't realize I'd be able to take extra cantrips because I knew that was obviously the benefit of Jacoby's book, but I was going to be copying spells from Corey's book.
Yeah,
I'll
but
take cantrips.
you can grab a few cantrips, or you can grab. So there's enough for 2 cantrips or 2 first level spells if you want to copy over from Kari, or if you want to take over from Jacoby's book, you could do that as well. I'll let you decide, and I can give you the list of the spells.
Yeah,
that
if you could
exist
send me
in
the
this.
list of Jacoby's cantrips, then, and I'll decide.
Yeah,
and I will have done that during the night because I
Perfect.
only need to rest for 4 hours, and then I've got another 4 hours to do copying.
Sorry, so Goose has called a family meeting.
Yes.
Without
as
Jimmy.
you guys head downstairs.
Without me,
Goose?
you bitch. Sorry.
Yeah. You see Goose as you probably haven't seen him before. He is arrayed the chairs in a circle. He is sitting on one. Finch is sitting next to him. Between them is a slate, like a chalkboard, which has a bunch of writing on it. He is sitting there. There is tea around at everyone's settings, and he's sitting there like one leg folded over one of them, waiting for you all.
Is this your Dr. Evil moment?
Is it an intervention?
What is this about?
If I send a message to Junie, will she wake up?
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah.
how message works.
I would say that
it's essentially like talking to me, right?
make it.
It's talking, but is it in your mind? Because so in my games, messages kind of telepathy-ish.
I would say that if she's in the middle of a dream or a trance, there's a chance you can break through where you're like, oh, she might start lucid dreaming, like, I'm in a dream. Oh, this is a message from my sister. So if you want to try to do that,
okay.
it's a wisdom check, and it'll be your spell save DC for her to pierce through the veil and be like, oh, somebody's calling me.
Okay. So do I roll it or does Junie?
Junie, it's like a save. So what's your spell save DC?
14.
14? So you make a wisdom saving throw DC 14, and if you fail, then you're sleeping or resting, and if you don't, then you know that your sister has sent you a message.
I do not fail. I rolled very well.
Okay, so then in your dream, as your
21.
Maybe you're remembering Goswin's embrace. I don't know what you're dreaming of, but in that moment, your sister's face just literally looms in. And what is it that you're telling her, Core?
In the in the name of not keeping secrets, Goose is currently hosting a secret meeting without you. Please wake up.
I do wake up.
I sit very calmly in the chair that Goose has provided.
I
What is this
might
about,
try
Goose?
and I might try and creep downstairs and and like see if I can listen in.
So there's
This
so just for
is
the
about
go ahead.
asking for help. Also, an offer of revenge.
Before
As you
we
can
start,
see here, and he gestures to the chalkboard where it
Oh,
says,
no.
it did say harebrained scheme, but hair has been rubbed out, so it just says brain scheme.
Brain scheme. Much better if it's just brain scheme.
That's where we've been going wrong.
Right?
You gotta take the hair out.
Did you fill me in during the night at some point?
Not yet.
You haven't told me anything about the conversation you had. All right. What
Juniper
revenge
isn't
on
here
him.
on purpose by her ask. She is compromised in a way by the people
so?
we are going to be working against.
Go on.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
I twin
The
speak to you.
band. The band wasn't just about music, although we did rock and hard.
What?
It was also about running
Rocks are
confidence
always
games
hard.
against every merchant and noble up and down the Vingard River. We robbed people blind, not through skullduggery, but
Well,
through
Finch sort of like
trickery.
sometimes.
Sometimes skullduggery, but mostly, and this is where you'll maybe come around a little bit more, not my plans, but Finch's. Hers were the good ones, and this is one of hers.
First question. Why are you not wealthier?
Well, we gave a lot of the money to an organ. It doesn't matter why, but we didn't
Follow-up
keep a hold
question.
of the money. for very
How
long.
did you blind them with your robbery?
It's a
It was
turn of phrase.
cool.
They've robbed them blind. Robbed them blind means they've taken all of their money. It's a turn of phrase. What? Why are you? You gave it away.
It's
You robbed
Linden
people and gave
in
it
the
away
back,
to
yes.
others.
It was an organization. Look, cards on the table. We were striking out, particularly people had connections with higher society, magical society. We
Or
had
from the
a
rich give to the needy.
huh? No, more like steal from the mages and give to the people that were going to kill them all. Except you guys.
You
Except
were
you guys.
funding assassinations.
Against mages.
No. Revolutionary attempts.
Against mages.
Rebellion against the mages.
Knights of Solemnia, the mages. Yeah.
Why?
While we were studying under the Knights of Solemnia.
Finch will interrupt and say, it's not as bad as he makes it sound, right? Like, it's just that order and people telling us what to do and sort of lording it over us and no authority. It doesn't... Why are we under the boot and heel of these people that know nothing of us? Why can't we just... Anyway, yes, but not you guys. Not
Lyndon,
you guys.
Are you going to sit here and tell me that you prefer the way the mages run the country?
No, I just don't want to be assassinated because of your harebrained schemes.
It says brain
I wasn't going
schemes.
to get to that. Brain schemes.
Brain
Brain
schemes.
schemes.
What Lyndon is saying is that you compromised he and I whilst we were studying because you are connected to us through family name. And had you been caught, we would have been punished, killed, stripped
You
of
understand we
magic.
would have immediately been seen as
anything.
spies on the inside for the rebellion.
Yes.
Well, I would have died as well, so there's that. Plus,
Skipping
you
over-
had a
skipping
whole
over
fake
that,
name.
wait,
You had a whole
wait,
fake
wait.
name. You had a whole
We were
fake
still a
persona.
Hartman.
We were Hartman.
We were still a
is.
Hartman.
It doesn't matter.
All right, well,
Look, it's fine.
Should've
We
sorted that out.
have the same.
Over that.
We have the same goal. It seems we were just going about it a different way.
We were
Corey and
going
I
about
wait,
it
what do you mean
different-
same goal?
We also don't want to be oppressed by the ruling 3 classes, the 3 different robes, the Knights of Solemnia. None of them suit. That's why I don't know if we've even talked about this.
We haven't. Do you want to?
Man, I did. Yeah. What?
I mean, it's all on the table.
Lyndon and I
Corey
had
a plan to start our own order.
Our own order with the blue
robes.
Oh my God, we are related. Look at that.
We were literally leaving. That's why we have this, and show him the interior of the cloak that's blue. We had our friend Eric design the cloaks for us and start off what we would need to begin. And then when we left for Ispen's funeral, we decided we weren't going back, and we were going to start a new order from then.
Hell yeah!
Our order would be on magic freedom, magic creativity.
Freedom of magic to explore creativity and uses of magic that isn't as strictly
locked away.
I've never felt closer to both of you. This is fucking unreal. We could have been working together. Okay, all right, look. we can now.
I don't think stealing from the mages and having them killed through a rebellion would have been Lyndon and I's style.
We have been stealing from mages, to be fair.
We have actually.
We have also stolen a lot of things.
But more
mages
like
all the time.
parchment, ink, magic books, things to learn more magic to then better them.
Yeah, I did a lot of other kinds of stealing.
Yes, we're picking that up.
But the way that, importantly, our stealing worked, apart from the skullduggery, confidence games. They fall apart for one main reason. Confidence games work by allowing your mark to let greed overcome their good sense. And in a fit of gold lust, allowing you to clean them out of everything they're worth. This plan will not fail for that reason, because we're not going to get anything out of it. And I realize that sounds bad, but on the plus side, we're going to clean Cassandra out. The only reason she has any power, any control here is because she's got fat stacks in the bank.
Fat stacks. Finch is trying to hype you up. He's like, fat stacks.
Where is Arethea, by the way?
She's just sitting there. Nobody's told her anything.
She's not part of it. She is absolutely
she's asleep. She's asleep.
She's in the room.
So everyone is involved except for me.
Is she really here?
She's sitting.
Actually?
She's in the back corner. She's sitting.
I would not have brought her into this.
Okay.
This is her to leave.
Let me
Flashback.
This is a
just roll to see if she woke up.
We're having a tea party. Get out of here.
This is a one-room house. There's no. This is what I was trying to tell. There's no upstairs, downstairs. Like there's like little nicks and crannies. Maybe Junie's sleeping in the corner. You guys were careful and quiet. And if you want Aretha to be sleeping there,
we're all in the walk-in pantry.
Okay, fine. So then you guys are.
Did you take the badges out?
Yes, we put them in the icebox and we're in the
So
pantry.
then let's rewind. All of you in a tiny little room, just on top of each other, and then Arethea is outside, and so is Juniper, and they're both asleep, and she's not. Perfect. So then in this little like 5x5 room, body, like you're breathing on each other, you're sweating on it. It's perfect. But there you are having this conversation.
Love it.
Sure.
Okay. Hold on. I relay to you
All drinking tea.
what Junie told me in my calm voice, and also urge that we manipulate her death rather than.
Yes, I agree. It needs to be painful. Okay, that's information I'm going to have to process.
Yes.
There's also Finch at that moment also says, "The scroll. You gotta tell him about the scroll."
Yeah. So, dangers ahead. Mainly, he flicks out the scroll.
Is this all on the chalkboard?
It's the minutes. It's the minutes of the meeting. Scroll.
Danger, but you spell it wrong.
Yeah.
He's going to read out the message. Your students have not chosen any robes. You have renegades on your hand, and they are running amok and have stolen knowledge of the library. They have laid hands on me. They have learned at the tower and know of its secrets. As a courtesy, I will let you know where to find their bodies when I am done with them. So.
Wonderful.
They have learned. Can I see that?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gets
let me just pass
have-
it. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
They have learned at the tower and know of its secrets.
Do I know
That
what
was.
that means, Rockham?
That means
You
that
explain
you
what-
studied at
We've
the
studied at the
Tower
Tower of Castles,
of Wayreth, and you know the way in and out of it. There are certain elements of like how people
Right.
navigate that place, the pocket
Gotcha.
dimensions, all of those things.
It is.
Yeah,
it
gotcha,
is
right.
signed Wyhan.
Wyhan, yes.
I assume that was the lovely
The
interloper
librarian.
who interrupted your study session.
Yes, the librarian. She's on the list now, I suppose.
We
So,
have a list going.
our goals: make sure Cassandra fresh out of cash. 2, get out of the city. 3, get funds together and an expedition to try and rescue Dad and Sabian. We know that the Dragon Boys love a hostage situation. We're not going to let them do it again. Trick doesn't play on me twice. Fool me once, you cut out my eye. Fool me twice, it's not going to happen twice.
Can't get
all
fooled
right?
again.
Can't get
Can't
fooled
lose
again.
that other
Again.
eye.
Yes, that's true.
That's true.
Goose.
Yeah.
Your scheme.
My scheme.
Brain scheme.
Yes.
Foolproof.
The brain scheme.
Yes.
Brain
Is
scheme.
this taking into account that we're currently at war?
Yes. It is
Okay.
fast.
The scheme is fast.
It can be done in a day.
How are you going to take all of Cassandra's money in a day?
Glad you asked, Colin. Step
Where is Junie at this point? 'Cause she was walking up
I
at the side of
am
all
in
of
the
this.
pantry.
Junie,
Listening at the pantry
you
door.
can hear the conversation sort of muffled through the door of the pantry. They're all in there. And, if you want to lean your ear on the door, you could probably just listen in.
Now, Juniper, do you
Yeah.
want to hear it and have that information in your head?
Yes, I do.
Can Cassandra
I want-
access your brain?
Might.
Fuck.
I don't know.
That's messed up.
That's some
up.
brain scheming right there.
Nice.
Okay, Junie, make a if you're standing up and you're waiting, make a perception check for me, please.
Gladly.
Yes.
That is 22.
Cool. Arethia's waking up and she's sort of like looking around. She's sitting where she is, but she's looking around, and you can see she's starting to collect her things, and she's eyeing the door. She feels like
Strangle her to death.
she's obviously overstayed her welcome. She doesn't know how to extricate herself from whatever this weird family dynamic is. She's boarded up with, murderers who might be wanted. Somebody set the library on fire. She got attacked. She's just not, what started off as possibly fun and a cute girl to get to know has turned into, I don't want to die for these people that I don't really know, and I want to get the hell out of here.
I mean, it's fair. You did almost die.
Yeah.
Damn,
We
I
need
want to
to-
listen into my family.
We need to put the fear of
Um,
God into this woman and then get her to leave.
I think I might just kind of like catch her stirring and say, I'm glad that you're safe. I hear that you had a rough time. Do you want to maybe go for a walk and talk about it?
No. They're looking for us, right? They're looking for them. So it
No,
seems
They've
foolish.
been sent away.
Well, I mean, last time I did anything with any of your family, I almost died instantly. So
That is fair.
I'm just gonna sort of
Tuesday.
sit here and try to fall back asleep.
Okay. Well, let me know if you need anything.
I do need
do
to pee, and
appreciate-
I don't like to do it. And I might go use the chamber pot, or just do my business outside if that's okay.
I can't. I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
great.
not a
And with this,
warden.
she gets up and she makes her way to the door, steps
She
out,
leaves.
and
She
to
never
closes
see
it,
it again.
closes the door to go quote unquote pee.
Mm.
Quote unquote. She's gone.
Gone.
Step
Glad
one.
you asked, Kari. We are going to have Mr. Gerber make his rightful resurrection and claim legal ownership of Cassandra's funds.
Huh.
We
How?
have the signet ring, and moreover, we have this. And Goose isn't going
Uh-oh.
to cast the spell fully, but he is going to essentially show off alter self, and you see his face just becomes the face of Mr. Gerber.
Ah!
How the hell did you do that? I'm gonna reach out and touch it. That's alter self. That's not.
Oh,
That's
just let me-
what. That's not. Poke him in the now real eye.
Yeah, ow. Ooh, hey, look,
That's
binocular vision. How about that?
this is
How I
alter
missed
self. This
ye.
isn't disguise self. How did you do that?
Nope.
This is transmutation magic.
Yeah. The ring turns out it's changing my body in a lot of ways, and some of which I can control slightly.
It's perfectly normal. You'll find hair in different places.
Very
Your
good.
voice will
Look, I
drop.
remember when your voice cracked, motherfucker. So
It's a strange time for all of us.
Yes.
2 steps to this. All right. Called first touch. The first time we interact with our mark, who is this is where Rax. I have looked through that. Oh, well, Finch did a lot of it, but through that diary, the local history.
Yeah.
And I want to have picked out the most greedy, conniving, backstabbing member of the council. I want to know their name, and I want to know who their main opponent is.
Okay, so
If you don't have those names on hand, that is
no, I
totally
do.
fine.
I actually do because so
You saw this coming?
No, I didn't, but I always have. You never know, right? Goose does Goose things. So there are a number of guild members on the council. It's not just there's the marshal, there's the elected individuals, but there's also the guild members who have coins. So the leader of the merchant guild, the leader of the trades guild, and 2 of them who are pretty acrimonious both happen to be dwarves. And there's for whatever reason it's listed in the thing, Finch will tell you there's a history between these families. They both initially claimed ownership to the same mine hundreds of years ago, and it seems to have devolved into one family claiming it and the other one saying, no, my ancestors are the one. So since then, they've just sort of been at odds. So those 2 dwarven families, that's the big, if you need them to be human or anything else, we can find some, but the 2 families are the Forge Hand family. That's the current leader, guild leader of the merchants in the city. And they're the people those are the ones who, do not own the mine. And the people who do own the mine, and this is the most prestigious position, these are the Smiths. So their family name is, I wrote it down, where is it? Silvercoats. So you've got the Silvercoats on the other side who do have ownership of the mine, and theirs is the guild leader of the smithies and any metals that get worked, which in this setting, just the simple virtue that steel is the de facto coin should tell you everything you need to know. In a world where gold is a lot less useful and steel is functional and can be turned into weapons and armor at a drop of a hat, the Silvercoats have a lot of gravitas to them.
So I outline that exposition cantrip. So first touch is this: the Councilman Silvercoat is going to intercept a courier bearing a letter to the Forge Hands. That letter is going to outline a wondrous proposition from Mr. Gerber. She's going to grab that, see a payday of a lifetime incoming, and instead take the place of the Forge Hand meeting me, Mr. Gerber, at a secret location of our choice. There, we will have forged a affidavit allowing the exchange of funds into the safe protection of my generous savior. My daughter attempted to assassinate me, and because of the wondrous and courageous actions of the Silvercoats in protecting us, they will, of course, have a lion's share of the funds. This, she may be suspicious at. We're going to counter with the fact that the money that we have within the walls of Kellerman is a pittance. It's nothing. The largest part of our wealth is outside, back in Vogler. You can have 70, 80% of the funds that I brought. But the 20%, that's going to go to in funding an expedition back to Vogler. And we have just the party in mind to secure it. Us.
One question.
Yeah.
When this Lenta is intercepted.
Yeah.
What if they take it to Cassandra?
Well, that's why we're picking a awfully conniving, vindictive, backstabbing person who, ideally, hates the very idea that Cassandra is muscling in on their territory.
Follow-up question.
Ideally.
Aren't we already working with Cassandra out in the public? Wouldn't that be a bit of trouble if we're just going back and forth? Wouldn't we be seen as supporters of her and her schemes?
We are just newly in town. And look, we didn't know the extent of Cassandra's betrayal. We're just doing our best for Vogler and the city of Kellerman.
Vogler.
What?
Question for the DM.
Yep.
Pronounced Vogler.
Right.
How common
I've been
is-
saying it wrong too.
It's okay. Different regional accents. Sorry, go ahead.
If you're going to pose as Lord Gerber, we should get the name of the city correct.
Yeah. Vogler and Keller, both of them. We're for both of them, you know.
Go
How
ahead.
common is face-altering magics? Is Alter Self a relatively well-known spell, and would they know about it?
Would Lyndon know about it, you mean? Or would the...
Would the council-
would the council like check for it if it's like
Or dispel magic. Or...
in something like this situation? Would it be
Here's the
a
thing.
common enough thing that there would be protocol in place
Okay,
to
so-
check that somebody's actually who they say they are?
All right, I will reset here to just sort of generally, magic in its entirety is incredibly dangerous, rare, fickle, and seen as something to avoid, and or if somebody proves that they
Okay, that's
have
good.
abilities, right, then people tend to either steer clear or like, oh my god, this guy's a wizard, it's the real deal, and that's seen as like incredible. So yeah, that ability alone is, the wizards and the mages in the high tower obviously know of it, but to the common person, that is like witchcraft, wizardry, and insanity, and like the truck of devils, right? So no, most common people would not expect anything like this at all.
Funny you should ask that, though. If you'll note the section 2B, during our second touch, the face-to-face with Mr. Gerber, we're gonna have you're good at illusions, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I need you to
No.
be slightly worse at illusions, because I'm gonna wear the face of Mr. Gerber, and at this he passes the thing, and like a horrible like scar is gonna like form across his face, and
that's
you were
messed
gonna
up.
illusion me a pretty new face. If they happen to see through it, well, they're gonna assume that the deception only goes one layer deep.
That is smart.
I do like that.
That is smart. Allowing somebody to see behind
Of
the curtain.
one
To
illusion,
not, it does generally.
to think the second one is real.
Again, I would
make
like to
them not
claim
realise
ownership
there's
of that
another
one. That
curtain.
one was Finch as well.
That's
Very-
explainable,
very smart,
actually.
Finch.
Yeah.
That is
Good job,
much too
Finch.
smart
Yeah,
for
I was
this
going to
idiot.
question
Okay, well,
Goose.
you know, I provided a lot of important details as well, so you know.
I don't
Do you
mind
know how much
this.
do you know of Gerber's life? Because they will question you about who you are in Gerber's life. If they suspect you at all, then details and information about Gerber that Cassandra would know, and you would not.
Well, Cassandra's not
And-
going to be in the room, ideally.
Unless they go
Ideally.
straight to Cassandra and say, "Hey, your dead father has this letter. Does this still stand? Because your
I mean,
father's dead."
We all saw how Lord Gerber, treated her. He could just deny her
Yeah.
answers. He literally slapped her in front of everyone.
And look,
Yes,
if
but
you've
what
got
if
the
Gerber knows this silver coat person? What if they have
Yeah,
had a
they're
relationship?
good friends with them, and he greets you in a certain way that he's expecting to be greeted, and you don't do it, and then the
well, Mr. Gerber has
charade is
gone
over from the beginning.
through an assassination
Traumatic
attempt.
experience. Yes, you could be injured.
Yeah.
Unable to do a handshake or a hug. Broken arms, perhaps?
Perhaps.
I think at this
See?
point I will rap slightly at the pantry door.
Oh, jeez!
And I will
shake
open
how
it.
the onions come tumbling
Yeah,
down
yeah,
from the pantry.
Yeah.
Ah!
I spilled tea on someone.
Push the
Yeah.
pantry door open.
The door sort of swings
Junie.
open,
Hello.
and you can see your sister kind of on the outside looking in.
Hi, Junie.
They're all
You know,
squished together, and they look ridiculous.
You know this is a one-room house.
I mean-
Well, this is technically a room as well. The pantry
Yeah.
is
1.5, you know.
one and a half room. Is there
I
is there a
suppose
problem?
it
Can
was
we help you?
too much
We-
to
we're just-
assume that you wouldn't
taking
come
a
up
tour
with
of the house.
a brained scheme.
Oh, no scheme. Goose said that we couldn't all fit in here, and we were just trying to see if we could actually fit all in here.
Ollie, I appreciate the gumption there, but I think the gig is up.
Oh,
Just to be honest, I woke Junie about 20 minutes ago.
Oh,
Okay. Well-
Yes, I just
You've
wanted
been-
to see how this would play out, to be honest.
Where's Urethra?
Arethia is gone.
Oh,
Gone-
that's
gone-
not
gone
good.
where and when?
Understandably, this is
Did
why
you
I'm saying we
tell
need
her
to
not
move.
to say anything?
Whether I tell her to say anything or not is totally
She
irrelevant.
didn't.
She could promise secrecy and then break it later.
It's
I'm
a
hoping
very
that-
different thing to threaten someone's life. They will keep a secret if they believe the threat is true.
Let's hope that my attempt at flirting worked.
perhaps
Look.
the fact that we saved her from the place that we
We
brought
need
her
to. We need to.
anyway.
We need to leave.
Yes.
Almost killed her.
We need to leave.
Yeah.
If she's gone,
I'm
we're
hoping-
We're
I'm
scared. We're
hoping that
dangerous.
she just
But-
wants to nothing more to do with our
Yeah.
family.
Hope.
And if
hopes
nothing
and
else,
wishes.
she is
Let's live on
also
those.
an accomplish. But let's go.
Yes.
Let's move. Grab your brain scheme chart, and we need to get out of here.
Where are we heading?
I mean,
Well-
closer we are to peril, further we are from harm, right?
That's the
You think
most
we should
ridiculous
head
thing
to
I've
our
ever heard.
new
Of course not.
accommodation?
We should head to our accommodation.
Actually, I don't think that's a bad idea. Junie and I
Yes.
spoke last night. I think if we are going to do this, because we are not going to cause Cassandra physical harm
Yet.
yet,
I didn't promise that.
I think
Well,
we
Ollie,
need
you
to be on the
should.
same page here.
we need to make sure she's not on the council. She cannot be in charge. To me, that is more important than her death right now, especially since we are about to be attacked by more dragon kin. I think that we should follow through with whatever Junie has promised and act like, what did we call it? Was sentinels, guards, chosen ones? What are these
Lieutenants.
badges?
Lieutenants.
Lieutenants. I think we should act like that whilst Goose does his brain scheme.
Thank you.
Not happy
It's
about
gonna-
this brain scheme.
But you've
Yeah.
got to admit it's kind of clever.
It's pretty airtight. Okay, two things, however, I'll need from the gang. I can source the Korea outfit, and hey, you're gonna love this. One of you gets to beat the shit out of me, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh God, I hope it's me.
It can be.
All of them raise their hands all at once. Like, ooh,
Okay, well, less
Immediately.
enthusiasm. less
Arethea runs
enthusiasm.
back in. And
me,
is like,
me, me
"Oh."
first.
Ollie just
My
raises
mage
his
hand
hands because
backhand-
everyone else's
backhand.
hand is going up. Yeah.
I mean,
I backhand you in the face with my mage hand immediately as soon as you've said the words. To beat me up.
I can't get you because we're all stuffed in the thing.
I have opened the door.
yeah, we're still
Wet
over
Willie's
there.
you with the mage hand.
Stop. that.
Um,
Just stop that now.
I am also going to need someone to steal my blood back from the big sea.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Look.
Are you guys leaving the so the title that you're given was Esquires of Calaban?
Yes.
And the badges, are you leaving them in the pantry or are you taking them back
No,
with you?
we need them.
We
That's
will
our money
take
ticket.
them. We just haven't
did-
got them out yet. I just want to
We
get
need
all the...
to.
Did we
information to
purposely
everyone
move
before.
the badges out though?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did move it out
yeah.
of the pantry. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
said that
remember
earlier.
That being said, yeah.
I think
Ah.
that we should only wear the badges when we are doing things that the badges entitle us to do, and then from there we put them away to not be utilized. Or we put two badges on one person when we're walking around. So it looks like if these are trackers, we're always all together. Even if Goose is off doing something.
Smart.
Thank you.
I could
Also-
also look for some animal friends that might help us scatter them about. That might be an idea.
Do you think you could get one of your animal friends to go and take Goose's blood back?
Possibly, but I could also turn into an animal if we want me to get in there and get out of there pretty easily.
I
So, yeah.
don't think
Oh.
that that's a smart idea to send one person into anywhere near Cassandra just for now.
I just remembered I had this weird dream last night. I have the ability to have the shadows and quiet cling to us so that we can also move more quietly and stealthily. That could also help us if we need that. I
think
just-
that would
It's so
definitely
odd that
help
he
us.
goes to sleep every night and
It
then
just
wakes
wakes
up
up
with
with
no abilities.
things.
It's actually frustrating.
I was next to him last night, and I was studying the whole night just to get the goddamn
I know
mending.
it's not you, Ollie. It's just.
I worked
There's a
2
lesson
hours
in
to get
here.
mending.
There's a lesson
And I-
in here
and then
about
I-
actually
I read a
going
lot
to
last
sleep
night.
when you need to rest.
I went to sleep and so did Lyndon. That's not the lesson.
Okay,
I read a
well-
whole page or two. I study too.
Okay, other
No.
nerd stuff is someone's gonna have to write a convincing legal document passing the funds from that have been illegally claimed by Cassandra into Mr. Gerber's name and allow for the Silver Hands to kind of tweak
I have a
it to their
forgery
advantage.
kit.
You
It
have a
can't be
forgery
me.
kit?
Yeah, I have a forgery kit. I thought that I
Oh.
did because we used to forge documents at the thing.
Oh yeah, you.
Finch will
you
speak
finished
up
it.
and
Yeah.
will say, if we have
Oh,
a
shit, is
sample
that
of
something I can
Lord Gerber's writing, I've done it 1,000 times. I'll be happy to help out.
I can also
Okay,
help
so-
you with anything documenting in regards to
Yeah,
the mages of high sorcery.
I just need the fancy words, affidavits and where
I can
tos
help
and
you with
heretofores are a little bit dodgy sometimes.
Okay,
Who's David?
so it looks like Ollie's on sneak into Cassandra's room, steal my blood, steal a portion of handwriting from old mate. I'll
This
be
is not
on
ten-
when I'll set up with whoever wants to beat me up on the first touch.
I can do that.
Wonderful.
You still have the rock that was, the paper attached that was tossed through the window with the message from
Why
Cassandra
did they
saying,
send it through the? Why?
that said,
Unnecessary.
I have a job for you.
Ah. Yes.
I think that. Now, bear with me. I don't know if this is entirely a smart decision, but that Junie, myself, and Lyndon should go and meet with Cassandra and show that we are following through with this deal.
The accommodations that you're given, so there is the general, sort of where the refugees are in that part of town, but the free accommodation, the lodging that's been given to you as esquires is in the castle itself, which is where the council is, which is where presumably Cassandra will reside. So I don't know where you guys want to go, but you have the option between just trying to meld and be one of the refugees. You could go to the castle. You could try to find your own place to stay. But at the moment, if you want to leave Sabian's house, those are the...
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I have an idea. We've been posing as one person. We can continue to pose as one person, even though Cassandra probably knows now that there's two of us.
I'd love to see her face when she worked that out.
Yes. I think you should pose as Goose.
That's it, okay.
Then we go to the castle, because they're going to keep us there. If Goose is then going to pose as Gerber, he needs to be outside of the castle, right?
That's a good
I need to be seen around doing my job.
Finch tells you, slobber more, slobber a little bit more.
That's
it's like there's two of me.
It's like I'm looking.
I cast
into a
minor
mirror.
illusion and have my eye all like drooping up in my face.
Okay, that is a step too far, Lyndon.
I don't know. I feel like it's pretty accurate. I feel like I need
Inside,
to be
he's
seen
crying.
around doing my job for the most part, but I can be
Well, there is 5 of us, and Finch is not part of this lieutenant thing, so Finch is going to be the person on the outside.
Yeah.
But when you pose as Lord Gerber, it's going to need to be from outside. You can't... It's going to have to be that you arrived in the city somehow. They've got guards at the gate. You can't just magically appear within the city.
Ollie and Junie, I need you both to make perception checks, please.
Oh,
We can do
fudge.
that. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
That is a
How'd you roll?
natural Bowser for
Nice.
a total of 24.
Yeah.
Nice.
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 Because I only got a 14.
Bowser.
Oh, actually, it might be more. It
So,
doesn't matter at this point.
and Junie, what'd you get?
14.
Okay, so Ollie, well, you guys have been here for a while now. You've been here for a number of hours. You're scheming. It's, the night has gone, and it's like the wee hours of the night now. It's like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Basically, somebody in Canada is waking up and getting ready to stream. It's about that time of day. And you hear through the rain that's coming down and sort of this downpour, the sound of heavy wings. Not heavy like the dragon knell that you saw in Vogler, but rather just something very heavy, albeit not maybe the biggest thing, just moving, and then you hear thunk. Something heavy lands, not on your roof, but on the roof of the building next to you.
Everybody shut up.
Nobody was talking.
I heard wings and something landed nearby. That was a reference.
Dragon?
That was-
Goose
Uh,
is gonna head outside and look on the neighbor's roof.
Okay, do you open the door and look outside? Do you want to peek through the window? Or...
reference, Jed.
Oh, yeah,
So you
I
go
just love the
crack
fact
the
that Ollie
door.
told us
I'd like to
shut
look
up.
Look out.
through the window.
Okay. As you both look, being pointed out with all these 24, you see on the roof immediately beside the house the shape of what looks like a stone statue looking like a sort of devil with stone horns, and it's still positioning itself before it falls completely still. On it, markings that look vaguely magical, who the hell knows, but it stands there. You can see its glowing red eyes slowly and with the sound of grinding stone
Better twinners and
Spracking.
dirty Bowsers in our lives.
looking to and fro, looking in the area.
It's
What
a
you're
what?
seeing is a gargoyle that has landed atop the nearby building and is positioned, stationed there, and now looking around. This isn't the only one. It seems, you have the letter in hand, somebody's looking for someone, and the town is being watched.
You need to prepare disguise self today.
Ollie,
What's that?
you
Oh,
can't go
yes.
into wolf form.
The lady yesterday, today, I guess. Did she see you as you? I can't remember. We walked in as you,
Oh,
right?
yes, she saw both.
Yes, she
We need to.
she thought I was some
disguise
sort
you.
of object or something like that. You said I was not to speak. I wonder if that was.
Yeah, we need to.
Sorry.
We need to disguise you. The gargoyles are going to be sentries. They're going to be looking for us throughout the city. We can't look like us.
Could
I
you
mean,
look like another animal?
You could be a smaller animal, a mouse or something, and we could carry you. I
I
suppose,
could definitely shrink
How are we
myself
both
down.
sentries and being hunted at the same time?
I don't know.
I don't think this deal with Cassandra is lasting very long.
We could try
No,
my
I
new
think-
spell. We could all try and get out of here and sneak to where we need to go, and I could shrink down into something very little, and you could carry me, and everything would be fine.
There are
That's-
two
yeah.
doors out of
Actually,
this
that
house.
idea.
So there are two doors. There's one that leads directly in the path of where the gargoyle is looking, and there's the one that goes through where that guard had come by in that courtyard that is
All right,
not
big boy.
directly in that vicinity.
Ollie, let's do it.
Okay, I haven't tried this before. I just dreamed about it last night. I don't know if we are going to explode or anything, but
If
let's
things
try.
go wrong, we will work it out. That's the
All right.
most important part.
Okay,
Right.
What am I gonna
and it's
need to
not my fault. That's also
prepare my
another
spells.
important part.
Of course, it's not your fault.
Okay.
We're all in this together.
I'll
All right.
blame
Can
you
you give-
forever. Let's
Just
go.
Give us 2
Ollie,
minutes.
Just give me a few minutes. I need to prepare which spells I'm using for the day.
While you two are doing that, I'm gonna just kind of whisper to Goose. This scheme, if you have any doubt of it not working, you need to immediately stop. Do you understand?
When do I ever doubt myself?
Truly, it is one of your superpowers. But I mean it, Goose. I cannot stress this enough.
June, J-Town, J-Money. Do you think this is a bad idea?
I think it's an incredibly dangerous idea.
Didn't say bad.
It has merits. I'm not going to say that it doesn't. And I think the fact that we're actually working together on this could help us along. But again, the slightest sense you get where things are not going to go to plan, you need to pull out, abort, stop it dead.
I will do my best to make sure this goes off without a hitch.
Oh my goodness, you love this, don't you? You fucking love it.
I mean, yeah, God's sake. Do what you love and you'll
Wow.
never work a day in your life, you know?
Wow. You
You also
know,
need
as a
money.
hobby, do you just paint a target on your chest and go running through town?
He's
I
done
did
it.
once for a
He's
job.
done it. Yeah, Finch is like, he's done it.
God
That
damn
one
it.
didn't go so well, but like
Wasn't one of my ideas, she says. and
was
definitely-
that was a harebrained one for sure.
He doesn't
Remember-
bruise easy. Tell you what, your brother, doesn't bruise easy. Kind of ruined the whole plan, but it was a lot of fun. Hey, do you want?
The
seeing
last
him
thing
bruise.
Goose is gonna do is write Operation at the top of the chalkboard. Write Operation Shit Her Pants before he wipes it clean.
Operation SHP.
Yeah, Operation Ship.
Perfect.
All right,
What are we looking like?
regular people.
Mostly human in this city, yeah?
Yes, I think so.
City of humans?
Yes. Well, there are dwarves, there are
Yeah.
Kender, mostly humans, but it's a fairly cosmopolitan city for Kryn.
If you're wanting
but
to hold
Ken-
the spell slots, I can just use my disguise kit on one of you. But I don't know how.
We're still gonna look
We're going.
like
I'd rather.
Ladrin.
Yeah, I'd rather
and
not.
We're gonna stick out like sore thumbs.
So instead, he casts disguise self and looks like a nondescript human farmer worker, sort of working class human man.
Disguise
Working
self,
class
I'm gonna
human
be-
man. Sorry.
I'm gonna be a rosy-cheeked, pudgy faced, rotund woman
Okay, so you're
with,
like
an,
the
with an apron.
you're okay. Yeah, I was about to say you're
I'm
basically
Mrs. Potts.
you're every innkeeper.
Yeah.
You're every innkeeper ever. Perfect. So,
Mrs. Potts and the old farmer man. Well, not old, the farmer
No,
man.
I imagined him as old.
Oh, well.
oh, nice. So it's the
You're doing the American Gothic.
basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
just
a
stand here
pitchfork.
with a grumpy face and a pitchfork.
Grumpy face is just not moving. All right. So Ollie gets ready to cast Pass Without a Trace.
You've got this,
Okay.
Ollie.
All right. You see Ollie close his eyes, and as he does, he harkens his mind back to the wilds, and he focuses on the quiet, cool, dark places of those wilds. And as he does, he starts to pull those shadows towards him, and the rest of you start to see the shadows around you grow and elongate around you, and they wrap around you as well and cling to you. Ollie thinks of all the quiet animals in the wild, and as he does, that quiet is also gifted to you. Ollie then focuses on the secrets of the wilds, and you are also hidden from any tracking magic as well. The end of this, Ollie starts to remember the book that he wrote. He didn't write a book. The book he remembered, but he read, and he transforms into a tiny little spider and will start to scuttle up towards the nearest sibling of the Harmons.
Okay, the one closest to you is Juniper.
Yay! Come aboard, little bug.
I just run along your fingers and just like enjoy that I have a climbing movement speed.
Perfect.
Excellent. I'm going to put you on my shoulder.
And squish you. Ah, sorry.
No!
I hate spiders. Squish. No.
I'm Australian. How could I hate spiders?
This is what
We
would
have an
happen
agreement.
in real life. If I turned into a spider because I could wild shape, my wife instantly would grab the broom and be like, "I'm sorry, but you picked poorly," and she would squish me. You have wasted your wild shape for the day.
Oh, wow. I would not love you if you were a spider.
No, I wouldn't. No, you know how you play the game? Would you love me if I had like 18 arms and like 32 eyes? If I were a broom, would you love me? If I were a spider, I'd be like, no, I'm sorry, but it just would not work out. So as Ollie casts Pass Without a Trace, you all add +10 to your stealth checks on top of your normal one. Where are you heading?
Heading
So we're at the back
to the,
entrance.
back entrance and back to the castle, right? We're going to use our lodgings there to give us some time buffer.
Okay.
Before we leave, I'm just gonna say to Junie, I'm just gonna put my arm out on her arm, like one of these things.
Mm.
When we get to the castle, if I know Cassandra well enough, she's going to use the current circumstances to put us all under her thumb.
Yes.
I just want you to know that this is going to get 10 times worse.
Of course it is. That's
Okay.
what family's about, right? Getting into shitty situations for the people you
Together.
care about.
Wow, that's
Well-
such a bleak view.
We're going to
Is it? I think it's lovely.
we're going to get out of this together, but first we need to get further into this wretched hole. So,
So I'll invite you all to roll your stealth and add +10 on top of your normal modifiers.
And I misspoke before. Magical means can track us. It just gets rid of any tracks that we have.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's okay. You're all good. It's just like the quiet places of the woods that are hidden from the main deer trails of the paths. That's where you guys will be walking today.
Yeah.
Oh man, thank goodness for that buff. I have got 17 for stealth.
Ooh. That's with the +10. Okay.
20.
I take this. 20.
23.
That's with the buff.
Perfect. And Lyndon?
I've got a delicious +12 with that buff, so I got a 14.
Nice.
DM,
So-
do I need to
Yeah,
roll?
I had a.
Yeah, you will need to roll as well. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do I use the spiders or do I use my own?
You're you're fine. Actually,
Yeah.
you are.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't.
I never
It's
reroll.
largely irrelevant. Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
Junie is pretty
With the-
stealthy. Let me roll for the first.
Yeah,
the-
with the +10, I have a +5 stealth. I rolled it too.
So you guys, are you going
Goose,
through the
yay.
front gate or are you going through the courtyard to go around?
Definitely
imagine through
away
the
from the
courtyard.
gargoyle.
Okay.
Yeah, through the
Yeah.
courtyard.
As you make your way through 13. Okay. You are seen. Some of you, or at least Lyndon is seen, but he doesn't match the description of what it is it's looking for, and it didn't roll high enough to see through the old farmer illusion. And with this, as you're passing through, you pass under, whether you know it or not, there's more than one gargoyle along the way to the castle that is looking for somebody who matches the description. In fact, it's looking for, well, you don't necessarily know this, but let's roll for the other gargoyles.
You tease.
Okay, and one more time. Okay. You make it to the castle uneventfully. Finch, who immediately breaks away from the group. As soon as you guys step out, you see that she sort of hexes into the shadows and seems to... She looks to Goose. I just got one thing, and she just, as always, sort of dips.
She has to stay outside anyway.
Yeah. And
she would have the buff as well, though.
She does. Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about Finch, about her. She disappears into the shadows. You do see at one moment, in the direction of where the library is, there is a small commotion of guards that seem to be... and the who's got the highest passive perception? I think it's you, Ollie. So Ollie, and then followed by Juniper. I'm going to ask both of you to make an active perception because you do hear something as you leave and sort of turn towards the hill that leads to the castle. For just the briefest of moments, there's noise. Like the city is not completely dead, right? It's the middle of the night, but people are starting to get ready. At 4 a.m, you see the fishmongers are starting to go out. The fishermen are heading to the harbor. Some stalls are starting to be installed. People are starting to call out the criers. Things are getting ready for the day. What did you roll?
13 GM.
Okay, and Juniper, who's frozen. Oh no!
It's an extra 20. You're so good.
She's so good at holding it. We'll give her a second. Ah! And I broke all the things. She probably rolled a nat 20 and is like, oh no. Okay, 13's not enough, but we'll see if oh, and now you're playing all the characters.
Every single one.
It's just you. It's
no, actually, like Zach is both twins right now.
Yeah,
and it's kind of perfect.
Nice. Say some twin stuff. Say some twin stuff.
And Rob and I are now the DM.
Oh, we're the DM. We can get away with all sorts of stuff.
Dread, you've got 1,000 wolves.
1,000 wolves for Dread.
Okay, thank you. That's all I ever wanted.
Juniper is not here, but if I move you here, I think
I can join the.
We did. Like Rob did, which is nice. So
I already did it, bruh.
Already did it.
On it.
I'm on it.
So good.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm being aggressive. It's just completely unnecessary.
Yeah. I think it's all the Cassandra talk, right? Yeah.
Okay. We'll give her a chance. We'll give her a minute. In the meantime, we'll just bring the token and make it really big to say she's not here. Sad. Very sad. There. Boop. You know what? She has... I'm going to check her character sheet just so we can move and give you the idea of what's happening. Character sheet is here. Her perception is +4. Who's in that? You know what? One of you rolls it. I don't care who.
Perception?
Perception?
Yeah.
I think I have high-ish perception.
16.
16. With the +4? Or just...
Oh, with another +4 is 30-20.
Juniper Rose, as she walks out, she will hear a commotion coming from sort of behind and towards where the library is, and you see the guards, a couple of them, have grabbed someone. A gargoyle is landed beside there and is standing in a weird sort of upright walking position, which is very awkward to see.
Very fair.
And they have with them the bard.
Mm-hmm.
And she's being taken to some location. It's up to you what you want to do with this information, but she has been found, and she was definitely one of the co-conspirators that has done some stuff, and she's been taken away. The path to the castle is open. Do you wish to make your way there?
Have we already lost the chance to interact with the bard situation?
You can if you want to. That's I'm giving you the option. You can turn back.
I'm going to connect with her telepathically if we're close enough. Let me just get the range on that.
This is at the... So you guys have begun making your ascent to the castle. When she speaks, she sees that. She's about 150 feet away. So I don't know how
150 feet.
how long the
Okay,
range is.
yeah, I'm checking. It's 60 feet.
It's too
Not
far for you to
close
be able
enough.
to
Yeah, it's too
reach out.
far.
Yeah.
I'll jump to. What is this? This is a Goose's brain scheme. So I'm gonna connect with Goose and say, the bard. Should I go after the bard and see what happens there? She knows so much.
Whatever she thinks she knows, we can. She never saw proof of anything.
Okay. I'll stay the course. And
She's being carried by what again?
She's a gargoyle has found her, taken her
No,
to a couple
that's-
of guards, and they
She
are
might-
taking her to wherever in the direction of where the library was.
So the gargoyle's taking her towards a bunch of guards.
Yeah, the guards are there, and she's been brought to the guards, and they are taking that bundle of found towards the library. It seems that the gargoyles maybe answer to whoever wants to find these people, and they're just bringing it in that direction.
She knows about the twins, though. Fucking shit.
yeah, I
alright,
hear you
creative-
say that. And it's like I could always catch up and try and find my way to where you want me to go. At least I
creative
could talk to her
distraction. I'm gonna snatch
telepathically.
her- distract the guards. I'm gonna try and grab her out of the gargoyle's claws.
You want me to distract the guards?
Yeah. You great at
Point
distractions.
of order. Is she still in the gargoyle going towards the guard, or has the guard got her already?
They've just joined up, and Ellen's back, so we can disconnect this one. Boop.
Ah! Sorry.
Hello.
That's okay. Okay.
My computer just decided to die. And
do
restart.
that.
They do, unfortunately. I'm back.
You're
what are we
back.
doing? What's the go?
So
You heard some cool stuff.
the bard is being taken away by has been grabbed by a gargoyle and is being brought to a bunch of guards.
Oh, fun.
Yep. And now we're deciding whether or not we want to do something about that and risk the information or let it go. Ollie's
I think
put their hand up.
I was
to
saying
go.
Ollie should make a distraction, and I'll go grab her out of the gargoyle and I'll make a run with her.
Now,
We're not
I don't
hearing
think,
any of this, are we?
I think only some
No,
of it, maybe, or is it internal?
I'll be whispering to the twins.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Like, we
Because
could be
there
whispering to each
are
other.
like she's with both the gargoyle and the guards. Like you'd have to
Yes.
steal her right out from in the guards.
How many guards?
3 of them, and I'm gonna show you instead of just telling you. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
show
right.
you.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, go, sorry.
as soon as one gargoyle has, they're going to alert the others. If we get
How
into
they
combat
work?
with this,
I'm gonna say.
They're like they're being
the
commanded.
sentinels and whatnot.
yeah.
They'll be
Only
able to
connect.
communicate. Otherwise, what's the
Yeah.
point?
Unless we
I'll
smash
connect.
it really quick.
I'll connect to. I'll
Gargoyles are
connect
particularly
to.
difficult, but yes, we can
There.
try.
I'll
Here's
connect back to Goose and just say, if we can just get close enough, I could, within 60 feet or so, I can talk to her telepathically and tell her that if she says anything, then she's on her own. But if she keeps her mouth shut, then perhaps we could help her. Tell her help
not gonna
on
work. Try. She's gonna get intimidated a whole bunch.
gonna be tortured.
She needs to think that we're gonna come get her.
As long as she keeps her mouth
Tortured.
shut.
Gosh.
I mean, look, I'm not wily, all right? I'm not the smartest person out there, but I'm with like one of the badges. Can we not do anything with this?
Yes. Okay, that's the plan.
Say where?
Lyndon and I are disguised. Lyndon and I are disguised right now. You should go to her. Say
Alright.
she's part of your group, or she's a spy or something.
Goose is going to stride out. He's gonna like not approach stealthily. He's gonna come out of the.
We
he's gonna
take
allow the-
Ollie.
Yeah.
Great.
From
Yeah,
Dean.
I will. I'll pass him over. I'll grab my badge, and I will go with Goose on his brain scheme.
Okay. So
this one's on the spot. This is definitely harebrained.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a harebrained scheme. If
This
ever.
is one of the dot points. It's fine. Maybe.
So then, with this, as you go down, the Lyndon, Corey, and Ollie, the three of you are heading towards the castle. Juniper and Goose, you turn around and you begin making your way down, and you're not trying to hide. You're trying to present yourself with the badge and all those things, right? That's what.
Yeah.
What's something.
With a
Perfect.
bit of confidence.
Okay, as you approach the guards, there's a conversation that's happening. You can hear the grinding of teeth as like a voice that's incredibly deep that I can't possibly do, but just sort of, we have found one that is being sought. And the guards are looking at each other. Wait, who's looking for? It matters not. Your duty is to take custody and to bring to Wyan. And at that moment, both you, Goose, and Juniper arrive as the guards are kind of trying to understand what to do with this bard that's being presented to them.
I was gonna say that was actually a really good voice, Dragon.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And you totally nailed it.
Yes, that was very deep.
Get it.
Get
it.
Get it.
Goose saunters up. He's like, "How we doing, gang? Don't we love a late night, wake up call, huh? Loving this situation. We all good?
They look past you, past the gargoyle, the bard, like, do you know anything about this? And you can see the dark circles under their eyes. It's like at the end of their shift, they're tired. I've not heard anything, and they see the sigil that you're wearing. You they just told us about a new esquires.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're working with the council. Look.
Wait, is this one of them? And they suddenly take a step back, hands on their weapons.
No.
Why are you raising weapons?
This is not.
Is she one of those Drac people that we heard about?
Oh, no. She's look. She's a
person of interest?
Yeah. Look, she was wanted for some minor slap on the wrist stuff back at Vogler. We think she might not be involved in anything, but know a little more than she's let on. We'll take her off your hands. You don't have to do any paperwork. You can go hit the alehouses.
Make a persuasion roll, please.
Can I help?
Yes, you can. You're there. Sure, you can give him advantage. You can either roll for yourself or you can give him advantage.
It's only a 22.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm probably gonna fail.
Well, great. Yeah, I'm sure my natural 6 did not help there.
The guard rolls a nat 20. And
God damn it.
Can I, as part of me saying all that, I'm going to cast a new spell that I've never cast before.
Do it. It's like silver.
Let me just check. There is only verbal semantics, so it, like the last word of my sentence just like cuts a little bit harder. And I'm gonna cast Silvery Barbs, and so he has to roll with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That's my Silvery Bob's dance.
What if it's still like a 20?
Here we go.
Fuck. I got a 22.
Natural 1.
Yeah.
One extreme to the other.
The way we do it.
The number of times where I roll with where this happens, where I literally roll with disadvantage and it's a 1 and a 20, is there's something going on in the water here in Canada. Justin, get to the bottom of it. What is happening, Mr. Trudeau? I put this on you. With that, the bard instantly relieved of any duty goes, "Oh yeah, oh this is legit. You can take her. Gargoyle. We will speak to your master. Can you please just turn around?" And you watch. This happens somewhat frequently enough that they don't seem perturbed. What you don't expect, though, is Aretha looking at the guards going, "I'd rather come with you."
Yeah, obviously you would. You rapscallion.
Please.
Looks
and the
like
guards.
you don't quite have that option.
She looks super dejected as she looks down. But I just left. And with that, as she is put in shackles, her hands are manacled, and the chain of custody passes from the guards They don't even ask for your names. They don't, as they roll, with a nat one, they're just happy. Like any cop who's like, I don't have to do any paperwork. Best day of my life. Here you go.
Amazing.
I knew how to get him.
They just hand you the capture, the prisoner, and she is in your custody. The gargoyle, who's still there arguing, has turned its back to reveal the arcane sigils that are on its back, and that's how they're going to track who owns this gargoyle to then go back to their master and let them know. The city guard supersedes the gargoyles. There's an order of hierarchy, and there's other paperwork to be done. And so the guards are dealing on that behalf for you because they rolled a 1 and you rolled a 22. Erethia is remanded to your custody, and the guards sit back arguing with the gargoyle of what's to happen next. You have a few moments before perhaps the gargoyle gets angry and decides to do otherwise, or before other gargoyles see what's happening. But in the meantime,
I'm scooting her.
Let's just
further
go.
into the city. I'm getting her. Can I move towards the gates out?
yes, you can. You're not super far from the eastern gates in this moment.
Cool. How heavily are they? Like, got a lot of guards around them, or?
The gates, yeah, they're heavily guarded. In fact, at this time of day, the gates are not open. They shut them at night, and at this moment, they are going to be opening them in the next hour or so to let merchants in and out and people to go start going their duties. But the gates are closed right now. There's a set of stairs that goes up, and there's like a whole way of getting out, but the main gates are closed at the moment.
Okay. I'm going to whisper to Junie and be like, let's just put her on a boat. She doesn't want to be here. We cannot keep her here.
No,
Let's just get her out.
it seems like she just wants to get far away from us.
I'm right. You don't have to talk about me in the third person. I'm literally right here.
How are you always literally right here? It is a superpower of yours.
It's
Very
not
irritating, might I add.
you kidnapped me.
We
You
didn't
had been
kidnap
kidnapped,
you.
by
We
the way.
saved you
It saved you
from being
You're
tortured by.
literally about to be tortured for information.
I was on a boat on the way here, and then your sister happened to be so cute and like, oh, look at me, I'm so vulnerable right now. And so I went out and I thought maybe we had like a moment, and that didn't work out. And then you admitted to murdering people, and then I almost died, and I thought, well, maybe it's worth it. It's not worth it. Just,
Yeah, dude, you suck out loud. Look, the way this is going to work is we're going to give you a bunch of rations, and then we're going to give you some money, and we're going to walk you to the docks, and then you are going to get on a boat, and you're going to go down the river, okay? Away from Vogler, away from Kalaman.
where?
Live off that money.
If everything's so dangerous and the villages to the east are slowly being taken, where am I meant to go? This
West, dipshit.
I guess.
Look, the army is coming. You don't want any part of this town before it's taken, or the fight that's going to come here. Just like my brother said, take some rations, take some steel, and be rid of us like
Yeah.
you want.
Perfect. Yes. Absolutely.
Great. I'm going to give her some steel.
Where is this
And-
happening in relation to us?
You guys are on you're almost at the castle gates. It's about
We would give you
200
the
feet
signal
away
to, like,
from you.
go
We
on
probably
ahead,
wouldn't
essentially.
have gone to the castle without Junie,
Yeah,
and
no,
okay,
you
so if
know,
you-
we didn't make the deal. So I think we're
Yeah.
having like an old person argument in the
Argument.
street.
So
No,
th-
Jeremiah, it was the apples we were meant to bring to Cindy's house.
No.
Perfect.
Now it's way too late in the night. We've been walking around
It's not
wondering. I swear it's this way.
Did you
It's
get the
this
bag
way.
from the
I'm so
forest?
tired.
one of the nearby guards is approaching you guys now. So
Oh, fuck.
are you quite all right?
Little squabble.
Do you have a mender? Are they have they lost their mind?
No,
So
yes, thank you. It's
We're
just
fine, we're
Jeremiah
fine.
forgot the bag of apples.
When
that
Ah.
we
I
were
didn't
meant to-
forget it. We weren't meant to bring the apples. So maybe this guy knows, and I'm going to deliberately try and get him to fuck off by trying to include him in the conversation. So if you were given an invitation...
oh, that's fine. That's all right. Yeah. No, I have. Oh,
See?
somebody's calling me. So I have to go. The house is on fire, and you watch the guard sort of like extricates himself, just to go back up.
You
Uh,
scared him off, Jeremiah.
You scared him off.
So you guys are on the path up to the castle. You're about 120 feet away from where Goose and Juniper are with Erethia. at the moment. The gate is not crazy far, like it's adjacent to them, and they're deep in conversation. You can't quite hear what they're saying, but there's an exchange of coin from Juniper, and you have to tell me how much you're giving her, or you just mark it off.
What, like... I forget what the currency is going.
Steel.
10 steel?
10 steel. Perfect.
Steel.
She looks
Excellent.
She looks at it. Great, I'll be able to live for a month or two. Thank you. And she'll take it.
Time.
I mean,
A month longer than if the gargoyles had you.
Yeah.
They're only looking for me because of you.
Yeah. And they would have tortured you
Because of you.
And now-
Yes. Yeah.
And now they won't do that. And now you're going to go to a lifeboat away from the town that is about to be attacked by another army of fucking dragon monsters. So, like...
Fine, thank you. Can you please undo these? And she points to the shackles on her hands.
Make sure that
You got-
Goose
wait,
is going to
Arethia,
disguise her.
You
Yes.
got caught
She's going to
once.
be grabbed immediately by a gargoyle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you...
I'm saying that to you so that you can cast message to
I
them.
cast message to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use my disguise kit to kind of
Dress her
fuck
up?
with
Okay.
And
Okay.
also, I'll cast a message to Goose, and I'll say, make sure she doesn't look like her, and also remind her that if she gets caught by any of the mages, not just the black cloaks, but any of them, she is going to be interrogated badly. Perhaps dye her hair a funky
as
color. or
Goose is
something.
kind of like putting up her hair and like putting some like smudges so she looks less recognizable. He's gonna be like, look, you seem like you're fine, but I would prefer, and I think you would agree, that you not get tortured for any information. And you
We
might
agree-
think that,
we agree.
as soon as you're being captured by any kind of mage, and by the way, any kind of mage is going to be looking for you, they're not going to believe the words out of your mouth at first. They are going to torture you. So it's in your best interest to stay out of their clutches, even if you think, oh, I'll just give up that weirdo Goose and his weirdo family. It's not going to work like that, all right?
You're involved now, whether you like it or not.
I don't like it, but
I have a golden ticket out of here, or a steel ticket out of here.
She takes the money. You disguise her. You know, she takes off her clothes that she has, like the jacket or the cloak that she has. She inverts it for it to look a slightly different color. She changes how her hair looks. You put smudges on her face. She tries to walk. She's like, all right, she's a bard after all. She can perform. She takes a piece of wood that she finds, like a branch that she breaks and uses a pseudo cane to give herself a hobble. And away from the gaze and the look of the guards that are nearby, she quite literally like transforms her pose, her energy, and she looks passably like a significantly different person.
I didn't
She-
see that
Good.
before.
I don't know.
She
Idiot.
Wait here an hour or so. Should we wait with her
Hmm.
until the gate opens?
I mean, we don't want to leave our family in the lurch.
All right. I
I
think I've
assume
impressed
if you're
upon her.
caught, it might come back to us anyway.
Yeah. I feel like
But-
I've impressed upon her the gravity of the situation enough. We head back to.
Yeah, I'll take her old clothes, and maybe I will just bury it under a tree somewhere.
okay. So she'll discard what she can so that she's not walking around butt naked, but she'll invert some of the clothes. and
Oh, I
she
thought
just-
she like took other clothes off. Oh, but
No,
she
no,
just
no.
turned it inside out.
Yeah,
My
it's
bad.
okay.
Never mind.
It's okay. It's okay. She will have taken off a scarf. You can take a scarf. It's fine. And she'll tell you. She looks at you and says, "To remember me by." And with this, do you then let her be, or do you stay with her for the hour? You said.
I think we have to go, Goose. We can't leave the others.
Okay.
He does this, and then backs off into the shadows.
So with that,
She's fucked.
oh
The
yeah.
scarf. Is it
I mean-
something about the women in this family, or what's the go?
With
I
this,
don't know, Goose.
both of
I'm
you
not-
leave the
I'm not
bard
used
to
to
be
this.
alone, and you head towards the castle slope that goes up. There you see the old man and the old woman still arguing about apples and Cindy and butter. And the small, I think all of you stayed with them, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
perfect.
listening to the whole conversation about apples and
Awesome.
all that stuff.
Who do you think was right? Was Jeremiah right in leaving the apples, or was Cindy? I don't know the other. Who was right in your estimation, Ollie? Who won that argument?
To be honest, Ollie zoned out and was seeing if Ollie was able to produce web, and was just like.
Pooping himself.
From your butt?
Yeah. Ollie's just.
And then a little tiny, like a hair just sticks out. Hey, you're halfway there. You're halfway there.
Is it a strange sensation?
I'm assuming it would be a strange sensation.
It would
yes.
be. It's like.
Yeah,
wow.
it you know what? It feels
wild. Shape change is wild. It is.
I'm gonna give you a
I think
gross
that's
example of what it would feel like. I think is when you have you blow your nose and you finally get that thing that's been stuck in there. It's like almost that relief of like pressure, and you're like, oh, my sinuses are clear, but except in your butt.
You answered the age-old question: is like making a web for spiders fun for them? It is. It's clearly a fun experience for spiders.
The age-old question. Yeah.
Why would they not do it? Why wouldn't they do it?
Doesn't keep you awake at night.
And as you
Hasn't yet.
as you deep in the night, I think what does it feel like to be a spider? As you arrive at the top of the castle, waiting near the gates, directly towards where your lodging would be, sitting in the courtyard, and Goose and Junie, you guys didn't disguise. You guys look like yourselves, right?
Yeah.
And as you come up, Cassandra's there, and she looks at you, Goose, as you come up. I've been waiting for you for hours. I have work for you, and it is crucial. Come with me. And your old friends.
All of us?
I don't like to repeat myself. Yes, all of you. And she will motion for you.
To kind of the others.
She pulls you aside into a side chamber. You can see that there are tables, there's chairs that are set nearby. Good. I don't think I've met. Are there more of you, half-elven bastards than just? Where are the others?
They're part of our entourage.
Where is the one? Well, you'll have to relay to them. Garrett is already headed out, and he has taken on a group of scouts to confirm and lead them to where the army is supposed to be. For you, I have a slightly different errand. It has come to my attention that to the south of here lies an inventor with tools and devices that could prove very useful for our endeavors. And when I say our, I mean my endeavors. But it's not all self-serving. Some of these tools can also help protect the city of Calaman, protect the people of Calaman, and protect the people of Vogler. I would like to send you as envoys, emissary, to convince said inventor to relinquish some of their inventions. I have heard that they have devices that are quite explosive, others that might prove to be rather useful in a defensive nature. So,
Is there any?
Go ahead.
Is there anything the town is willing to bargain with, or is it? Are we asking him to surrender his tools?
I leave it
Just
to
as
your
is.
imagination.
Just while this conversation is going on,
Yeah.
I just want to like surreptitiously get. Are you still in spider form?
Yeah. I've
I look at him.
What's up?
All
There's a
8
message
eyes.
in my head. I'm like,
Yep.
She's out here. I can whisper this to him. I'm like, or the telepathy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, tell her.
I'm like, she's out here. Her room doesn't have her in it.
All right.
Can I also insight check Cassandra?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh. Go. That is an 18.
She seems very pleased with herself right now. You don't know why, but she's very pleased with herself. She always seems like she's pleased. One of the most annoying things about Cassandra is that she always acts as if she knows more or better. And a few times at school, you've pierced that veil to know that it's just a facade. But she has that same demeanor, same presentation of being very confident, and she is very happy with something that has happened or that she has done.
Okay, so it is Cassandra, and
it is absolutely her. Yes,
we're walking into some sort of trap. Got it.
I'm specifically looking at her hands and neck to see if she's wearing any magical items, jewelry, and things.
She is. She has a necklace that she's had now for a little bit. You've seen it before, just in passing. Still the same necklace. She's bearing a new ring that is new that you haven't seen before, and she has a sigil that she wears just like you guys do, except that it's more ornate and it denotes sort of like a council member essentially. It didn't take long, but it seems that she has worked her way to be an official council member literally within 24 hours of arriving here at the city.
The ring that she's wearing is, it looks to be a magical ring. I don't have Detect Magic on, but I know enough about magical items to sort of ascertain, maybe.
Give me a investigation. I guess we'll start with that. She's waving her hand around. 11. She talks with her hands. You'd have to get your hands on it to get a better sense.
Have to know. Is it on a, like in this world, do people use wedding bands for signifying marriage and things?
Oh, no, she's not married. Good question. The way, different cultures would present differently in marriage, but using a ring is not atypical. But no, it's not. It's sitting on her middle finger.
It's not on whatever
finger. No.
Okay.
It's on her middle finger.
So just the one ring, the necklace, and a sigil on the, cool.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. There can be many ways that he could surrender these items to the town.
Yes. It'd be nice to maintain the inventor because then they could do more, but more important is to actually get the things, the blueprints and otherwise. Try to convince him. It's not a dumb idea, and you're smarter than you look. You see she reaches to the door, opens it for a second. Fetch me some steel. You hear a guard say, I don't work for you. Just get me 200 steel. Fine.
While she's having that conversation, is the view to the door of the boudoir actually inside, or?
So you're at the bottom of like the tower, one of the side meeting rooms, if you will.
Sure.
You could easily make your way out the door. You're a tiny spider. She's not looking for it. You could make your way out and start scoping to find where she stays.
All right, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to connect to Goose while and just quickly say I don't know where the bedroom is.
You would have put herself in like the nicest rooms possible. So go up and have a look. I'll buy you as much time as I possibly can.
All right. Without wasting any time, the doors are open. How far is it from the I'm actually resting in Hori's hair. How far is that?
There's the wall. You can easily climb very quickly, climb up the side of the wall and get going, like within 5
really
feet.
Good stone.
I do that. I'm at that door.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You start clambering the side of the wall. It's wet because it's been raining, but you're able to climb, and you can see immediately above you there are a number of like balconies, and there's definitely like a sequence of niceness, I guess, where the higher you go, the better view you have, and presumably. But make an insight check. Actually, this is a character read on Cassandra, and rolling high is probably pretty good here.
Let's do it. Insight is +4. I'm rolling a natural 20.
Nice.
Let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
Cassandra, surprisingly enough, doesn't care as much about appearance as one people might think. She's not vapid to think that the highest and most prestigious view is best. However, she knows that being more inside of the walls is safer. And she, over the past few weeks or days at least that it's happened, you immediately get the sense that she has been threatened over and over again. She has come under attack. She's been injured. She's, her dad has died despite the fact that, it's not the greatest relationship. She knows that things are dangerous and things are going to start coming after her. Instead of going up, you understand that you should be going in at the thickest, deepest, safest part of the tower. And that's most likely where you're going to find her chambers.
And do that.
Just like exactly in her own home. How her secret thing was like in the basement.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
She burrows in, and you. Hey, look at that! Nice. We looped it all back. She's a character that makes sense.
It rhymes.
Planned it all from the beginning, didn't you, Rack?
It's all right there, baby. She's somewhere deep inside the tower. Her rooms. Before we end today. As you make your way, and so we'll pick up with Ollie making his way towards the chambers. Those of you who say she closes the door, and within moments there will be a sack of 200 steel waiting outside for you to be used as a bribe or whatnot, Juniper.
Cool.
Before I let you go, I am to understand that there was a commotion at the library. Now, I did tell you that I warned the mages that you were here. In particular, your siblings.
You did?
Yes. It seems that the mages are a little bit harder to control or keep under my thumb than I expected. Not to worry, it will be fixed soon. The only question that I have for your brother and sister: do they want her killed?
Who?
Wyhan. Are they ready for the type of attention that would bring to the city, and most likely to them?
I can't speak for them.
I thought the deal was...
I can't get Lyndon's voice right. It's really nasally and really annoying, and so I can't really kind of... They, I think, would prefer to be not bothered.
All right.
I would imagine.
So many implications one could read into that, Goose. Personally,
as in they're not as in they're not bothered, as in like they wish not to be bothered. Does that am I coming across?
That sounds like a hit to me.
Less assassination attempts on their life is what I'm saying.
Yes, that's what we can agree upon.
But I thought that was your specialty, Goose. Still,
I do the assassin. Hey.
The deal was to keep them as far away from danger as possible. I think a dead mage is
incapable
too
of chasing
much attention.
them. But it's also.
I think it's too much attention.
What's a final answer to things? Fine, very well. I'll hold back and find a different way. One more thing. In case you're getting any sort of ideas, I just want to make sure that you're aware. I may have found, and you can worship me and thank me later, but I think I have found the whereabouts of your father. Now, I couldn't...
What, his remains?
No. He's very much alive, as I'm to understand. Old man, losing some of his memory, incredibly strong. It seems to match
Inside check. Is she lying to us? This is a classic thing to lie to us about.
Make an insight check.
Let her finish.
Can I give Juniper the help action on this?
Sure. if Juniper wants to read the body language of Cassandra, 100%.
Yeah, but I want to see what kind of tale she's spinning first.
Okay.
Massive twist. She actually has Father Hartman, and she's just like,
oh my god.
I wouldn't hold her against anything, but I think Juniper's just like anything out of her mouth is
sure.
Pointed, right? It's all manipulation.
Yeah.
The truth is manipulation, a lie is manipulation. So what specifically is she trying to get me to do right now?
She describes your dad to a T, right? Older man, very strong, forgetful, and the axe in particular that seems to be the thing that she has. One of her spies, somebody somehow found out about. She describes it pretty well. And it's believable that it's a description of your dad. I may have...
And?
My father was a complicated man and had a point of contact within this group. It seems that channel's not entirely closed to me. They like people to practice on and experiment and see what they can and can't do to them. I wondered if I could do
Which
something.
group are we talking about?
The Draconians.
Oh.
Ergo, how he got the ring that you stole.
Mm.
She's willing. I am willing to bargain and barter for your father, but you will need to provide the body, or the people, in exchange for it. And of course, until then, well, I suppose you'll have to do what I ask you to do if you want to see him again. And now you can make
The
your
deal
insight
is I
check.
do what you ask anyway.
But
Fail to see how things have changed.
she likes making sure.
Of course.
She's a shit.
You haven't. Yeah. Insight, did you say?
Yeah.
16?
Goose is giving you the help action, so you can roll with advantage.
Ooh. 16 it is.
I'll roll it here. A natural 20. Okay, she's 100% telling you the truth. Or you believe her entirely. Every single person in that room, when she tells you what she's told you, it seems that she's absolutely 100% telling you the truth.
Well, I don't think it takes a genius to figure out that we'd be interested in getting our father back. So keep the line open, make the meetings, make the calls. We'll have whatever they want ready to exchange.
Good.
Worst comes to worst, he passes. That's what he sacrificed himself for.
Go get that inventor for me. And with this, she opens the door, fetches the bag of steel, hands it to you, Juniper. And get rid of these two. They're useless. And she points to the two old people in the room. She's like, what are they even doing here?
They do a lot of good work. It's behind the scenes stuff. Don't worry about it.
I don't know what it is with you and old people.
Country
they're
folk,
handy.
they have their own wisdom. Let's go, Goose.
Yeah.
And
you
with
go
that,
on ahead. I'll catch up.
So, Cassandra will leave the room. Given you
At
have.
least we make us laugh.
Hmm?
At least we make us laugh.
Yeah, we were muted the entire time.
Oh, good.
We were being old people being in the background.
We missed it. I wish we.
Oh, I was enjoying it thoroughly. You guys have got it like down. It's good.
Sorry, I was stressing.
As Cassandra she leaves, leaving you to your devices with the
Goose is
two old
gonna-
people. Yeah,
Goose is gonna stealthily follow her.
you got it. So in this moment, as she has asked you to go fetch this inventor in some location south of the city, Goose tracking her, Ollie making his way sneakily towards her chambers, Juniper, Lyndon, or Jeremiah, I can't remember, and Cindy, I can't remember the old lady's name.
I think I got
I don't
one.
think we get it. I don't think we have one.
Perfect. You are left, Audrey. You are left to your own devices, and that's where we'll end it for today. A lot of scheming. A lot of scheming. You've avoided a couple
So
of
much
fights,
scheming.
which
Three-way
is
party
really good.
split.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun for me.
Jeremiah's
Yeah,
gonna go find a
harebrained
toilet.
schemes and brain schemes. It was
Oh, man.
All
bit
the
of
schemes.
a little bit of everything.
AJ, I
And
think you've
scheme
gone
about the pants.
world building. Yes. Okay, so before we end it today, let's go one more time around the table. Thank you, by the way, really quickly, all the subs and gifted subs and follows and all that. That's very kind. Thank you for the $25 West Wolf, which puts us $25 away from doing a prequel stream. We're at 175 of 200,
nice.
I think. So 25 more bucks,
Nice.
and we'll plan kind of like that birthday one shot that we did. That was like still in the same thing, but this would be a prequel, something that happened before the adventure started of one of the siblings here, and we'll see what shenanigans they got up to. So consider helping us. Beyond that, let's go around the table. We'll start the opposite way around. Let me go back to this overlay, and we'll start with Goose, the brain schemed guy today. What's going on, Zach?
If you enjoy my silliness, I also run 2 campaigns myself, one of which is a straight ripoff of The Mummy starring Brendan Fraser, another which is the heroes not adventurers but post officers, Those happen Monday, Tuesday nights, every second or so. On my Twitch, you can also find very silly stories, D&D stories, and silly thoughts of my own on YouTube, TikTok. That's under Zach Speaks Giant.
Nice.
Anchor.
Yeah, Zach Speaks
Not
Giant.
elvish.
And not elvish,
Not
apparently.
elvish.
Blood
Yeah.
Witch
Not good
steal
elvish.
money?
Not well.
Money, Blood Witch?
Goodness, no.
What do? I am not from your country. Ellen, where can we find you?
Hey, find
Hey.
me on my Twitter at EllenKGraham1. Find me on Sirenscape on Twitch on Fridays, and find me at Roll to Cast. That's ROLE. We've got 8 seasons of goodness and very, very, very bingeable. So check that out. We'll also be streaming Everyone is John this Sunday morning. Which is going to be a lot of chaos. We are trying to control some schmuck named John and ruin his life. So that's going to play a fun little live stream over on the Rollcast YouTube channel. So check that out. Yeah,
Nice.
that's me.
Great. AJ, we're about to raid into your channel, but tell us all about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm AJ Winters. I'm a world builder and dungeon master from Winter's Tales. We do a TTRPG game every Tuesday night, The Chronicles of Aelwyn, which is in a completely homebrew world, D&D still, but completely homebrew. And we do world building for that world on Wednesdays. So you can join us tonight. Are you staying around for world building?
Maybe.
Maybe. We're gonna maybe have Rob in the world building stream in about 5 minutes, where we're gonna dive into the Shattered Isles and look at some pirate stuff for world building tonight. So if you wanna join, come over there with us.
Are you going to talk like a pirate all evening?
No.
Oh, we're already starting.
No,
She said,
pirate said yar.
no. She said instantly.
No.
Robert, where can we find you, you scallywag?
Hello. Hoy there, me hearties. I be Robert Hartley GM. I am a professional dungeon master, full-time TTRPG player and nerd, and you can find me all over the internet at Robert Hartley GM. Hartley. I'm finding people struggling to spell my surname recently. You can also find me as the dungeon master for a comedy group called Viva la Dirt League. If you like D&D related content, or you want to play D&D with me in an interactive game that I run on a weekend called Twitch Tales, then search for my name all over the place at Robert Hartley GM.
Nice. And certainly not least, dreaded GM, where can we find you?
Hello.
Oh.
I'm Dread.
Hello.
I run a channel called Dreaded GM. And if you want to see more what I do, you can
What is happening?
search that on Google.
What is this?
What is happening? I don't like it.
You can probably find it
Taken over by
if you
Dragon
Google
Man.
it. I'm running a game right now called Call of Cthulhu Horror on the Orient Express. It's very fun.
It's a
and
mimic.
spooky.
It's not really dread.
Check
Somebody
his
make an
neck.
inside
Check
check.
his neck.
Checking for net.
I would
It's
love
not
you to
dread.
join me there.
Inside check.
Got a lot of
It's about
got a lot of
50
other cool things
About
in the works.
50% less energy
What?
than Dread should have.
You'll have
It's
to
like
go
you
follow
got
me somewhere.
possessed.
Twitter, YouTube.
I don't like it. Make it stop.
Check it out. Make sure you check it out.
I thought I was just going like devoid of any like energy whatsoever or any animation. I thought it'd be really funny.
That's
It
just-
was really fun.
That's
so
just
sad.
that's me. You
It's
basic.
not dread.
You just
Yeah, I
you cosplayed me at work.
okay?
Basically, that's me at work.
What was that? No, I'm
Um,
fine. It's okay. I was just doing a bit.
So thank you everyone for. So hey, last week we set a challenge in the YouTube video that we put up. There were 5 Easter eggs. Somebody found 3, but nobody found all 5 yet. So the challenge is still open.
Ooh.
Check the last video. You have to just find a screenshot or the moment in the video. They're pretty easy to find because it's a big old dragon egg that shows up on screen for like a few seconds at a time. Go watch the last week's video, episode 11, the birthday one, and you'll find it. And then we submit, you email me, and you say, I found them, here they are. And then you win a Tailspire code. So until then, that code is still up for grabs. Remember to submit fan art, gifs, poems, but any sort of art that's not AI generated, we'll be happy to take it in. And if we choose you as the winner, guess what? You'll get yourself a copy of Tailspire, which is the VTT that we use here. On my end, well, you can find me on this channel here at GM Workshop. I stream 5 days a week, 6 days a week now, or 6 times a week. I've added a Monday night stream, and I might be adding another evening stream just to kind of expand and,
You should
and
go for
branch.
the
That's a lot
full
of streaming, bro.
7. Just
That's a
like
lot of
get the
streaming.
It's a lot
the
of
whole
streaming.
7.
It's a
I've
whole
done
stream
7 days
every
a week
day.
of streaming. It is It is hard.
It is exhausting.
Oh, no doubt.
And you keep going as the background is good. I will most likely, but I'll confirm this, go to Gen Con. So if you guys are into Gen Con or going to be going there, reach out. I'd love to meet some folks. I know Dag is going and Dave from Careful Cantrip and others, so I'll try to meet up with them and buy them a drink or something. Thank you for the tip today, West Wolf, for getting us really close, $25 away from hitting 200. And we're about to raid out into AJ's channel. Stick around for the raid. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow. If not, well, you know what? Have a great rest of your day. If we never see you again, I'm going to defer back to Zach to tell us exactly what it is that we say, because I never remember, apparently.
Goodbye forever. See you later.
Goodbye forever. See you later.
Have a nice life. Bye.